Good morning. It's an honor to be in for Tobin today. I'm Alex Donno. I don't know where the hell Tobin is. I don't care because I'm
trying to figure out. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Is this tomorrow, Marcos?
What?
Because you said to me yesterday.
Yeah.
Me and you gonna have to do
the show, right? Yeah. No, Donno texted me at 9 o'clock. I also texted you maybe about 10 minutes ago. Hey, by the way, Donno's in. But
well, you guys might be on your own tomorrow because, Len asked me a while back about Thursday and Friday. Thursday, no problem. Here I am. Friday, I have a college football show I have to do that's right in the middle of this show, so I couldn't make it work. So enjoy it while you can, bros, because you're on your own tomorrow.
Well, we have even more pressing matters.
What's that?
Jennifer came in today.
Yes. At a record.
She got in at 10:03.
Yes, which is impressive.
And she was like, the show didn't even start yet.
Yeah.
She goes, I would have been on time if not for that stupid elevator.
Oh, yeah.
So guess what I said? Your troubles are getting closer to work.
That's good. That's
because normally she talks about traffic in Kendall or down where she's coming from.
Yeah, it's bad down there.
Now the trouble is in the building.
Look, Donno understands me because he's from there.
That's why he doesn't leave.
Exactly. That's why I haven't left my house in 4 years. Oh, man. So, all right. So the pressing business we have here is I feel like I'm living in a bizarro world because it used to be if I wanted to hear nice things about the Dolphins, I would have to go to Good Morning Football and not to Jet Up, right?
Yep.
Today, it was the opposite. Guys, I'm watching this Mike Greenberg on Jet Up today, and I feel like I'm living in another planet because Greenberg said today, and I've said this before a couple times myself, quote, I've been wrong about Tua Tagovailoa all along. That was Greenberg this morning on Jet Up, and he starts to praise Tua, talks about how his accuracy is his superpower. And yeah, I was watching Jet Up this morning, not Good Morning Football, because I wanted to see, basketball and hockey stuff in addition to the NFL. And then I log in to the StreamYard today for the show, and I see our guy. Thankfully, he's boots on the ground watching Good Morning Football. Jumbo Jimbo writes, Good Morning Fraud Ball is back again with the Finns hate, calling the Dolphins a dainty finesse team, while Philly is so tough they'll spit on the ground, wear dog masks, so tough. Kyle Brandt, he says, is getting more hate in. So I don't know what happened. I feel like Kyle Brandt used to love the Dolphins. I feel like Mike Greenberg used to hate Tua, and now the roles have been flipped, Leroy.
Here's the deal, right?
Kyle's a fraud.
We all, I never have a problem with saying I was wrong about a player or something like that.
Yeah.
The whole conversation I've ever had with Tua was this. Anybody in football understands this. The hardest area to throw the football is in the middle of the field. That's where Tua eats. If you look at all the great quarterbacks and think about what makes them so good, it's their ability to complete passes in between the numbers. Right. You look at Tom Brady, you look at Drew Brees, you look at Peyton Manning. They all have that ability to anticipate and hit receivers in the middle of the field where it's dangerous.
Right.
That's yeah. And Tua does it with accuracy on a regular basis. And for people not to acknowledge that, then it's their ignorance, right? You're taking and the biggest problem I've had with Tua is this, with everybody complain about Tua, even down here, wondering if he's the guy. Can you put a guy in a worse situation than we were all under the impression that Tua wasn't going to play his rookie year?
Yeah.
And then with that hip, with no offseason training, with no strengthening program, they threw him in there and go, see, he's not the guy. So he started off. Your job as a coach and as an organization, pick the right guys come in, coach's job to coach them up and get the most out of them that you can. Brian Flores didn't do that. Brian Flores couldn't wait to say this ain't our guy. And guess what? Because people respected Brian Flores, everybody in the football world starts saying the same thing about Tua. Oh, he's getting hurt all the time. You want to talk about fluke injuries? Concussions are fluke injuries. You don't know how your head's going to get hit, how you're going to fall back. Freakish kind of injuries, although serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Done something about that, been relatively healthy, and now everybody's trying to find ways to be right instead of just admitting we were way off on this. And so people that are making these comments, right? Stephen A saying Tua only throws 2 yards to Cheetah, and then he runs the rest of the way.
And he was saying that with the highlight in the background of Tua going 60 yards to Tyree.
Here's the problem with that. Tom Brady won the MVP of the Super Bowl, and his average pass was 5 yards. So how you didn't say nothing about it then, even if it is true. Now all of a sudden we have a problem with guys getting rid of the ball and being accurate and throwing it in 2.5 seconds so they don't get sacked. Now we have a problem with that. Now we want everybody to be what? Justin Herbert? How's that working out for them? Right?
Well, he's doing pretty well off the field. If you saw who Justin Herbert is dating now, I can't remember her name, but it's a NFL Network reporter. He's doing all right.
Again, it's just so it's not the opinion that pisses me off about Tua. It's how you try to make your opinion stick based on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stephen A saying that on TV with the background showing he's wrong is the funniest thing because nobody whispered in his ear, hey, Stephen A, he's behind you throwing bombs, dropping dimes,
He probably got the guy who put the highlight package together fired. He's like, I'm trying to talk about how this guy can't throw more than 2 yards down the field, and you're showing that clip. He's like, get the 2-yard completions next time.
But what about, and my question is this, when Tom Brady was doing it, you know what everybody would say?
He's the greatest ever.
He's
Best thing since sliced
You're
bread.
never going to sack him. He gets rid of the ball so quick, and he's so decisive.
Yep.
How about being decisive 20 yards down the field? And I'm not saying Tua's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying Tua's going to do this for a whole bunch of years. But what I am saying is, right now, based on what everybody has said about Tua, you're wrong. And trying to find reasons to be right makes you look more like a buffoon.
Yeah, exactly. I admitted I was wrong. Somebody already pointed this out on the Twitch chat that I was one of those guys who doubted and didn't believe in Tua. Now I did it always.
We had conversations too.
We had a lot of those conversations last year. But all I can do now is A, admit I'm wrong, and B, be happy that I was wrong because I'm a Dolphin fan. It always came from a place of love.
You're not getting out of this.
No, wait. We got to get you in the group. You say, hi, Donno. My name's Donno, and I'm a Tua hater.
I'm in several 12-step programs over this.
Yes. Wait, but you know what helps all 12-step programs?
What?
5-1.
Yeah, sure.
5-1.
Now,
because here, people also take a quarterback who can play and a team who's terrible and say he can't be the guy. Yeah. Right?
You know who can be the guy? Marcos can be the guy. You got some headlines for us, Marcos?
Yes, these headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Got some basketball yesterday. Anybody get a chance to watch any basketball?
I did.
I watched a little bit.
I watched it.
What'd you think?
I felt I was required.
Yeah,
because boots on the ground is not here. So
you had to do your research.
A lot of young guys played. Man, I got to tell you.
Yep.
Something about 3-point shooting. When it goes bad, it don't matter how much you hustle or run around or dive for balls. It just looks crazy. And there's a lot of guys who have, multifaceted games, right? Dunks with the teardrops, right? It seems like all the intangibles hit that teardrop, right?
Yeah, he recently added that though.
wait, because remember Tyler used to do it. Like
Oh,
went to Pride 112 one time, and they sipping on a little something, and Tyler looks across the table. He said, "Hey man, I'm gonna give you the keys to the Met right now. You go ahead on and get you a teardrop." Right,
the baby.
Leroy, when I was a kid and
baby
I had the basketball hoop in the front yard, I used to practice teardrops for like a half hour at a time. I just knew that that's my best chance with the I didn't have enough intangibles, but I knew that was my only shot.
Also, caught me off guard. Cole Swider bringing down the hammer.
Yeah.
Wow. I was like,
I didn't know that was possible. Actually.
It got you off the couch.
I was like, what? But those guys play hard. They play good defense. They're trying to earn a spot. There's a lot of guys that bring a lot to the table. I think for me, if I had to make a decision as to who I would go with, it'd probably be Kane. Right?
Yeah.
But I do see like it being a situation where they need specific like skills, right? He kind of does a little bit of everything, but if they have one guy that's really good at one thing, then they might bring him and develop the rest of his game while still letting him do that one thing that he does. For example, 3-point shooting. Right? Like you never know where that's going to come. And the Heat have always had 4 or 5 guys that could make the three consistently, and they kind of just run through them during the course of the season. Right? You wouldn't have known about Max Strus if I forgot his name. Duncan. If Duncan had continued to shoot the way he started his career with, right?
Right.
He had to put somebody else in, right? Gabe, point guard. Dog on the defensive side of the ball. Make the three every now and then. Tyler, right? You got guys that can do it. Kevin Love. We have dusted him off and get him ready for action this season.
I forgot about him.
right. Who is, you know what? That guy catches shrapnel, and he's done nothing wrong in this league.
No, he hasn't.
Nothing. But he still catches shrapnel.
Dude, I remember when he got his championship in Cleveland, and LeBron was like doing his victory speech, and even like it was like a backhanded compliment. He was like, "And Kevin Love, everybody said you're not good enough, but now you're a champion." Like it was like, okay, you could have said something a little bit nicer to K Love. The man deserves some more respect.
He does. He's done nothing. He's done nothing wrong in his career. In fact, he's one of those lifers, Cleveland, he could have left. He decided to stay with Cleveland even after LeBron left, right? You've never heard consummate professional, never had any serious problems with him, issues, complaints, nothing like that. So, yeah.
Well, the Heat yesterday lost, unfortunately, 104 to 107.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Just watching it all.
Hey, you know what?
Yep.
I'm start thinking every time you mention that we could use your code, the Heat lose.
Wow. No, we got to go. Hold on.
Wait, what code is this?
Let's
Back up
keep
for a
track.
second.
Let's keep track. Shh. Also, this is preseason.
So what? It counts?
No, it doesn't really.
Hey,
I was feeling it today. I'm like, you know what?
I know. We were on the brink too. It was close. It was close, unfortunately.
Will you have a strike?
Okay, look. Let's just monitor it. That's the first occurrence.
Monitor.
We're just gonna monitor things. Another bit of action in the basketball world yesterday. Anyone catch the WNBA finals?
No.
Is it over?
It is indeed over.
The Aces won.
The Aces win.
Man, now you want to talk about somebody that's working on something there.
Yeah.
Them Vegas, oh my goodness.
They're the first team to go back-to-back in the WNBA in 20 years.
And guess what? They're going to win again next year.
Sure.
The 2002 or 22 finals MVP was injured, and they ended up still winning, and now they have a new finals MVP. When your finals MVP is injured and you can still win a championship back-to-back, and
the finals MVP wasn't their best player.
They have so many good players.
I know.
So many good players.
Being that when you know that team was Asia Wilson.
Yeah, Asia Wilson won.
She didn't
MVP.
She didn't win the MVP last year, but that's
Nope.
their best player.
Yeah, that was Chelsea Gray last year.
Right.
Look at this. Look at this knowledge we're dropping.
Well,
WNBA knowledge.
You guys might as well
who's
be
our boy
speaking
that won
Greek
it?
right
Won it
now.
for
yeah, right.
won it for Golden State.
For Golden State.
Yeah, that was not one of the big three.
Not Klay Thompson, that bum. No, Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, Iguodala won it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, ooh, Finals MVP.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
Yeah. Okay.
One year Deion Branch won.
We still want. We still want Steph.
Yeah,
right.
that's fair. By the
I
way,
mean, the Heat almost won a championship without their best player, Tyler Herro, last year.
Look at that. Got a point.
You think that was their best player?
Since he's still here, I'm going to pump him up.
Yeah,
Since
there
he
you
didn't
go.
get traded. Since he didn't get traded,
Herro.
I have an agenda, Leroy. I am pumping up
I
Tyler
would say
Herro.
this. I would say this. Tyler Herro may be the best pure scorer on this team,
Yeah, probably.
but he's not the best player.
Well, because as
So,
a recent
because
an anonymous scout recently said his defense is a liability. That's a quote that came out.
Okay, I can pull out
Wow.
about 15 names that people would trade everything in their facility for that also have that same.
Sure.
When's the last time you saw Dame Dollar play some defense?
2011,
Spider Mitchell,
2003.
right?
Wow.
What's
I don't know how old he is. He's old.
Middle school.
old mini me in Atlanta?
Trey Young?
Trey Young,
Yeah, Trey Young.
right? And
Well, he
as
plays
soon
less
as the game-
defense than his hairline.
Soon as jeez. Soon as the game starts, they just start running pick and rolls with those guys, right? So now all of a sudden, and that's the thing that pisses me off in sports. Why do we pick and choose who gets it and who doesn't, right? Tyler Herro's the best scorer on this team, not the best player. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm talking about pure score, shooting, getting to the rim, creating his own shot. Yes, Jimmy's the best player, right? Because Jimmy could impose his will on anybody, regardless of what his skill set or talents are, right? That's your best player. But you're right in that the best scorer is Tyler. So I'm curious to see how this all plays out, because you're gonna have Tyler, you're gonna have Bam, and you're gonna have Jimmy, who all kind of score a little bit differently, right? And I guess that's a plus because they do it differently. And then get some of these other guys.
We got anything else, Marcos?
Yes, we're gonna get in the realm of football for a second. Inter Miami tied yesterday against Charlotte 2-2, scoring a goal in the 84th minute to leave things tied with someone who may have the best name ever, Robbie Robinson.
Hey,
Hey, can I just say this?
Lazy parenting. When your last name is Robinson, you named your kid
No,
Robert. It's lazy.
Lazy parenting is junior.
That's true.
Yeah, duplicated.
Yeah.
Oh, a junior.
Well, this is like one step
By the
above
way,
junior.
be careful. I am a junior.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Damn. I was
Wait,
gonna do that.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm a junior, but me and my dad spell our names differently.
Really?
What?
Got screwed up.
Oh,
How does your dad spell it?
Leroy, and it's Lee. One of us is on the thing is Leeroy because I don't have a middle name.
Oh.
You know what? You're the double E because people like to go Leroy.
More than a double.
And
E.
I'm sure that people doing that my whole life, right?
You gotta add a couple E's actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that essentially is our local headlines.
Got any weather?
We'll wait on that.
Okay, we'll wait on that.
Let's take a break. We got 4 hours, and you trying to get the whole show in the first.
I'm
30
trying to get the whole show in one segment. But when we come back, Bill Simmons actually had something really nice to say about the Miami Heat, believe it or not. You want to keep it locked right here.
So, Donno, I think we've had some very riveting conversation during the break. So, last week, let me explain this, because last week I was trying to hurry up and get to work on time. Some of us know what that's like. And I put on some socks. I put on some socks. But the sock, when you put it on, it rips right by the seam up, by your ankle, the little footies. So I didn't want to go look for new socks. So I just kind of pushed it down so it looked like there was no hole. So I came in. I'm like, all of this. JFig says to me, wow, you just wore those socks with that hole in them?
Oh my God.
Right?
I'm like, snuff you out.
Not just a small hole.
It almost looked like a band, like a headband. That's how far
hanging by a
right. But I just
wearing a two-piece sock.
And it's not my fault that he put his feet on the table so I can see everything.
Okay. It gets worse.
Fair.
It gets worse. Yeah. So I get home shamed by Jennifer and I throw the socks in the trash. Right? Because you can't throw one sock. You got to throw them both away.
True.
Because I have a sock full of one socks. I don't know why that is.
Oh,
my sock drawer has one sock.
I swear to you, the dryer, they eat socks and
right.
just disappear somewhere.
It's like a sock death match up in there.
Yeah.
So today, right? So today, what was it? Today, yeah. No. 2 days ago, I go in to put some socks on. See black socks. I go to slide them on. It's the damn sock with the hole.
It's haunted.
I'm like, what the hell?
It's haunted, dude.
I can't get rid of it.
That's a ghost sock.
So now I took the two socks and I went and put them out in the street garbage. So the next person that's going to have contact with those socks is the garbage man.
Tobin's rats.
No, Tobin's rats. So then we were talking about other stuff, right? We talking about, I said, it reminded me of my dad when I was a kid. He got me one of the original Walkmans. You can only get radio.
Yeah.
You can only get radio on it, FM radio.
Oh, that's old school. Because I had one of the ones from maybe 1990 where it had the tape player.
You're talking about 70s, right?
Wow.
So I got it and it was for Christmas. And 2 days later, he said, hey, let me borrow that to go to work. I could use it at work, right? I never saw it again. I'm like,
oh man.
So we were telling that story, and I said, but I do remember, I was starting to tell him, the progression of all the things. So I didn't have a boom box, but I had this 8-track player, right, where you put it in
the old love
right?
tracks.
You play it. It has a little speaker on it. It wasn't like a boom box, but it was like you could walk around with it.
Yep.
So I said, and I even remember the first 8-track cassette I got. It was Slave. Just a touch of love. So this idiot,
is that the title or the artist? I'm not really.
Slave is the artist. So
I just don't know how he was feeling about it.
No.
Okay.
So he Google searches slave songs.
Okay. Well, this is a common Google error. I just wanted to know what song he was referring to, more or less.
No.
You're trying to get inspired?
We're gonna return with Swing Low.
I was like, which one did he sing? I'm not sure which one you're
going to mute my mic right now. I don't even want to be part of this conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
We walked away from him. Because why would you search that up?
I don't know. I just wanted to know. It's my job. Common Google error.
No, you can just.
Did we ever find it? I still didn't find it. I'm back on it.
I got you. No, I got you. I'll do it on Apple Tunes.
I don't like this.
Apple Tunes got it. Watch. It's no big deal.
Needless to say, he made us all very uncomfortable.
I apologize. You know what?
I knew.
I'm going to take my -1.
Just for that, I will not be back tomorrow.
I gave you
-1.
So you better take it.
Here, got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
What's the name? What's the name of the song?
Just a Touch of Love.
Just a Touch of Love.
So probably search that and not the artist's name.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if that was the title. First of all, he should change. It's not a great artist name. Let me just start with that. That's the real problem here. But okay, maybe I should have searched the title instead. That's my fault.
Yeah, I don't want that in your Google history.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fair.
go tell engineering.
You know what? If they search the Google history for this show, the things that we've seen.
Oh my
Like,
goodness!
what's
Oh,
Marcos up to back there?
Yeah,
Jeez.
what is he even producing a show? What
I
is
don't
he
know
just searching?
because we'll have a conversation and somebody is going. You know what? I'm googling it.
Yeah, it'll go from this to like swole kangaroos somehow, and it's like
Mhm.
this guy has a fetish.
By the way,
But
where is Tobin today? Is he making
He's
moonshine?
going to a
or
wedding.
something? Oh, wedding.
Yeah.
Destination? Destination wedding?
Where is he? Orlando. I think it's
Ah,
Orlando.
Okay.
So down the street.
From his
From-
house.
from
yeah.
him.
What a
yeah,
show!
right.
He could have been here today.
you never know. What if he's doing
No,
other stuff?
you know what? It's not because he has to fly.
To Orlando?
No, he's not flying to Orlando. It's not,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's not Orlando.
okay.
I gotcha.
So he's secretly going to Disney World, is what you're saying. Catch Tobin today at Disney World, guys. Take a picture of him if you're there.
It's probably chilly up there. I like the
see
little
him
brisk
anywhere, take a
breeze.
That's nice.
I love the weather today.
Did it get out of the 80s down there in Kendall?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think we're in this. I mean, at least in the morning, when the sun's fully up, I don't know, but at least like in the morning and the evening, we're in the 70s for sure.
How amazing! Like the thing about Florida, when it does get chilly in the mornings, it's chilly for like 12 seconds.
Mhm.
Yes, and those 12
I
seconds,
still have
that's
yet to
12
find
seconds
my
of the day.
sweater. I have none on.
What?
Not. That I have yet to find my sweater.
What sweater?
Exactly.
You were the one. We were freezing in here. You said you were hot.
I was.
Like, what are you going through menopause?
I guess.
Wow,
You're too
I'm
young.
hot right now.
uncomfortable again. Jeez. JFig will tell us about her hot flashes when we come back.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna go to
nice.
weather, but okay, that works.
That was weather.
You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
Tobin and Leroy show, AM 560 Sports WQAM. Alex Donno in for Tobin today. He's out moonshining or at a wedding or at Disney or something.
Somebody said, Tobin is showing up in a cutoff sleeve sport coat.
Yep.
Oh, he
Like
better.
you might. What's the dude's name with the rednecks that the comedy
Larry the Cable
blue
Guy.
collar.
Larry-
Like,
Larry
oh,
the
yeah,
Cable-
the,
yeah, Larry the
Larry
Cable
the
Guy.
Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable
Get
Guy.
her done.
That
You're
good.
done.
Yeah. That was my
Are we
guy.
gonna tickle Leroy's fancy here, Marco?
Yes, we are.
Indeed.
Donno, I played Just a Touch of Love for him.
Yeah.
And
Not what I thought. It was really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been sampled like 400 times.
And what it turned into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with the obvious. We got an NFL slate of games beginning tonight.
Yeah.
Got the Jacksonville Jaguars, the 4-2 Jacksonville
Yeah.
/ London Jaguars, going against your hometown team of the New Orleans Saints. Does this game, Leroy, tickle your
It tickles
fancy?
my fancy because it's
My
standalone.
fancy is tickled.
My fancy is always tickled by standalone games.
Yep.
Whether it's Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, I'm always gonna kick the tires on it because it's football. Really interested because you got two teams that neither team has a losing record, but I don't know how confident we feel in either one of them
Exactly.
because I don't know what the hell the Saints are doing. Not
Yeah.
that they're not doing well. I just have no idea what kind of football team they are. And Jacksonville is still Jacksonville, right? And you just can't figure them out. So
Or is it London?
I'll be interested to see just if you can get a better idea of how good both teams are or just one.
All right, so we're gonna give you the competitive games since I know how this can go. The Detroit Lions, 5-1 on some people's power rankings, the top team in the NFL.
Who?
I don't know. I think I saw them at the top of Stephen A's list or something.
Well, that's just so
we're
he
taking him seriously.
right.
Yeah. So they take on the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens.
Mhm.
That's going to be at 1 p.m. Leroy, does that game tickle your fancy? Good
Yes, that's probably
My fancy is tickled.
that will probably be one of the most physical games this weekend. Really interested to see, and I hate saying this because I really like Harbaugh as a coach.
Yep.
But he makes some decisions during games that, like, don't necessarily always help them win. Right? Like going for it on 4th and 1 and not taking the lead, or going for it on 4th and 1 and not. You always take the lead or tie the game.
You bad mouthing Harbaugh?
John, I don't know, John.
But
But I'm not bad. Listen, this is not a
I'm a
thought.
gym kind of guy.
Wait, this is not a thought
Yeah.
that other people have not had.
Hmm.
Like he's made some decisions at the end of games as far as going for it or kicking a field goal or whatever that have cost them games.
I mean, as a Miami Hurricanes fan, you're hitting me a little close to home with this conversation. So I would kindly ask you to move on.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
But my this if you want to talk the game between Cleveland and San Francisco last week,
Yeah.
that's about what this is going to be this week,
Ooh.
except two offenses who can score the ball. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, I need to see that.
All right. A lot of these games are good teams versus bad teams. So we'll avoid those and get to one that I know is going to be competitive, even though I can care less about both teams, right? That's interesting. The 3-3 Atlanta Falcons
Mhm.
are going to take on the 3-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be a matchup here that'll determine who is who in that division there. What do you think? Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
I mean, it does, because for some reason that's always the division that everybody has the same record, but somebody wins a tiebreak,
Yeah.
right? Like, or the division that somebody wins with a losing record.
Yep.
just
Honestly, each week I've been waiting for Atlanta to fail. I'm not gonna lie.
well, here's
Yeah.
the reason why, because they have a dynamic player in Bijan Robinson that plays
Yep.
running back.
So good.
And so you can take a lot of pressure off of was Ritter
Yep.
Desmond Ridder,
by giving him the ball. And that's what's occurred the first 6 weeks. So how is it going to go from here? I don't know, but at some point either Ritter's going to grow up and and kind of keep up, or he's going to get exposed because he's not ready yet when they shut down Bijan Robinson.
So, does this game tickle your fancy?
No.
No. Okay.
I can give you a
Fancy,
little.
not tickled.
I can give you a little.
That's good. I appreciate that. All right. Now let's get to the game that I know a lot of us will be tuned into, whether or not this is your team. The Miami Dolphins, 5-1, take on that team that plays where Rocky was filmed. Something. What are they? The Beagles, I think.
The city of
that's
brotherly shove.
Exactly. Or what was it? The cheek sneak. That's what we're calling it because we don't respect them.
No, we don't.
Miami Dolphins 5-1, Philadelphia Eagles 5-1. What do you think, Leroy? Tickle your fancy?
Yep. I don't like
My
necessarily.
fancy is tickled.
I don't necessarily like calling it a statement game. It has more to do with, if you want to look, everybody has questioned whether your team should be mentioned with, the Eagles, the San Franciscos, and the Kansas Cities, right? In order to be mentioned in that, and here's the funny thing, they don't play each other either, but you ain't never been there. So in order to get a seat at the table, you're going to have to beat one of those teams, right? And then now, here's the crazy thing about it. Winning or losing this game doesn't mean anything other than the feel good, right? To make you feel that what you're doing is you're in the right, going in the right direction. It would suck to play 7 games at this point, only 2 contenders that you've played and you lost to both of them.
Right.
That's the disappointing. However, right, I kind of shy away from making it a statement game because I don't want people to think that game 7 is a make or break. It means something, right? My fancy is tickled. I'm gonna be all over it.
My fancy is tickled.
But this is a clash of opposites. You got one team who lives with big plays and quick scores and get rid of the ball, and you have another team that's dominant on the 2 lines of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And run the ball, play action, quarterback is a runner. So it'll be interesting to say the most important aspect of the Dolphins game this week is going to be that damn defense. It ain't going to be the offense.
And there's
What is
also
the
in a game
defense bring?
in a game like this, there's like different degrees of failure as well. Because listen, you're going on the road for a night game against one of the toughest teams in the NFL. You talk about how the Dolphins have lost to the only real somewhat contender they faced so far in Buffalo. The 5 teams they've beaten all have losing records. But not only did they lose to Buffalo, they got physically dominated by Buffalo. So
Sure.
I'm not a big moral victories guy, but a win is a win, a loss is a loss. But at the same time, if this is like just an awesome game where the Dolphins are going toe to toe physically, if they lose by like a game-winning field goal for Philly, I'd feel coming out of that game, hey, you went into one of the tougher places.
You can
to play.
compete with
Really
anybody in the league.
Exactly. You feel like you can compete. If they get, beaten by 4 touchdowns like they did against Buffalo on the road, that's going to make Dolphin fans look at the schedule and say, the 5 teams we've beaten are not very good.
But you didn't know that before the season started.
No.
See what I'm saying? And this is why I hate, why I hate. This is why I hate playing that's a win, that's a loss. Right? Because all the teams you thought were going to be good this year weren't. And some of the teams that you thought were going to be terrible are actually decent. Because I promise you, nobody thought Houston would be 3-3 at this point. So, it's a moot point. Now, can you do it halfway through the season? Yes. Still unlikely because of injuries and stuff. But this is not, I won't call it a statement game, but it's a game so that you can realize you belong. You belong in the upper echelon of teams. And you can't do that unless you've shown and proven you can compete with those teams. Because guess what? As of right now, I can't say Buffalo's better than Miami. But I'm going to have a hard time selling that when you lost 48-20. You see what I mean? Now, I can say that again if you go out here and beat Philly. Or at least compete with him. Because, if you compete with him, it's a close game. Like you said, we can always say, oh, if this happens again, we'll have Jalen Ramsey. If this happens again, we'll have some of our guys who've been sitting out for a minute.
I love the Jalen that he's practicing, by the way. I love that Ramsey's probably still going to be weeks, I know, but, man, makes me feel good.
I mean, that's what they do.
All right, Leroy, you ready for the last one?
I'm ready.
Taylor Swift pulled in $98 million. That's the final tally in the first 6 days. I lied. It's made over $120 million with scores of 100% and 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Last week, it was super packed. I don't know if you had an opportunity to get a seat, Leroy, but you have another opportunity this weekend. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me tell you something, Leroy.
Was that where you go to the movie theater to watch it?
I went last week and it was fantastic.
Yes.
So lame.
About that.
What?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to go watch somebody's concert in a movie. That's the lamest thing ever. Either go to a concert or don't.
Oh, no.
How is
I
that
got you.
lame, Donno?
No.
Money, Donno.
I don't have enough time to rant about this right now.
No. Here's the deal. I could go see T Swift this week, or in a couple of weeks, I can go see Marvels.
Ugh.
Or in a couple of weeks, they got one. What's coming out in next week?
Loki episode 3.
No. By the way, Apple,
that's good.
you can kick the sharpest of rocks stretching this out.
Apple.
Or they Disney? Disney.
Apple's like, what the hell did I do?
Disney.
Yeah.
See, stretch out.
For sure.
That's not how streaming
Give me
works.
the whole season.
Streaming works. You release the whole season.
I like the way Netflix does it. They do it the best,
Yes.
man. Whole season at once. Boom.
I am not in the slightest bit interested.
Fancy,
I'm
not
not.
tickled.
Come on, you have an opportunity. It's going to be emptier this week.
No, it won't.
No, I won't.
No, it
It's
won't.
next week.
Dude, it's like
She
it's
gonna
not
make-
a
she gonna make-
concert. It's
wait,
a
she gonna
movie
make-
theater. I'm
she gonna
paying
make-
money for that?
She gonna
Why?
make $500 million
off of this
movie, and she gonna be watching football.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. She's going to be watching her boyfriend, Travis
Maybe.
Swift.
That's if they make the playoffs.
Wait, are we called really?
Wow. Even I haven't said that.
I would take her name if I married her. I mean, I'm already
Yeah,
happily
I'd take
married,
her.
but if I'm married, I would take Taylor Swift's name.
Marco Swift. Nah, that's not really happening.
It's a good
Okay,
name for a
Wait,
professional athlete.
Hey, you call yourself Marco Swift, but
Yeah.
there's gonna be some people calling you for alimony or child support. So you better just keep your
So you better go into
stay
hiding.
focused.
Taylor-
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Taylor's got good lawyers.
Okay.
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 Okay. You think
Okay.
did she make a whole album about a home wrecker?
And with that, we're going to break.
Taylor!
Listen to It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Give it to me, Leroy. Oh,
There goes.
nice job turning his mic on.
Yes.
JFig, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Leroy, coming at you.
Leroy.
Donno is just so lost.
You guys astound me. Every time I'm here, you guys astound me. But I can't.
Hard now.
I can't. I had to move outside, get a little fresh air. I can't think of a better way to bring in our Tua than pointing out Tua Tagovailoa is now the betting favorite again for the MVP, 4-1. He moved ahead of Patrick Mahomes, who had been, I think, for the previous couple of weeks, the MVP favorite. Josh Allen has been the MVP favorite at times, but at 4-1, Tua Tagovailoa is now the MVP favorite again. And I know that this is an award that, for obvious reasons, most important position, glamour position, usually goes to quarterback. I would also argue, Leroy, that the Dolphins probably have the best non-quarterback contender, which is Tyreek Hill, who's got to be in that conversation too.
Here's the deal. If Tyreek Hill goes over 2,000 yards, he should win the MVP.
He should. I agree.
Because and the reason why you can't just look at the numbers is because you have to see how and what Tyreek does during the course of a game. And a lot of people don't see it like we do. The running, the just explosiveness of this dude playing wide receiver. I'm telling you, the last person I seen like that, like Jerry Rice might be the best, the greatest football player, right? But he wasn't the greatest wide receiver. I'm talking about skill set. For me, the guy who combined the ability to catch tough balls and the speed was Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Usually a guy that fast couldn't catch like that. And now we're getting away from that. Tyreek Hill does a lot of that stuff. He catches a lot of bad balls. He comes back, he adjusts the balls. He does a lot of those things where he's on that list of guys you can just throw it up to and you know he'll make a play. There's not many of those dudes. I mean, they came up with the Randy rule.
Yep.
Right? So I think his best year was with Tom Brady when Tom Brady broke the touchdown record. And then Randy had what, 22 touchdowns?
Ooh, I can't remember now, but it was a lot.
I think it was like 22. Yeah.
And Brady had 50.
Right. So I do believe, and this is not because, me personally, I want Tua to win it so he could go out on midfield and just moon the world. Right? Listen, if he did it, I would not be mad because of what happened to him his first 2 years and how people attacked him was a crime. Right? For a young player to have to go through that, including the coach and the organization, I might add. Didn't do him no favors. So, but that being said, Tua could break the record for yardage. But if Tyreek goes over 2,000, which is something that has never been done in football, then he would get it.
I agree. Let's get to some headlines. What do we got, Marcos?
These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Miami Heat yesterday took part in some preseason action. Unfortunately, the Nets picked up their first win of the preseason against the Heat, dropping the Heat down to 2-2. They have one more preseason game remaining. Final tally 107 for the Nets, 104 for the Heat.
They had a couple of chances at the end.
Yeah.
But it kind of got a little clunky. The game did. You know what I mean?
So it's preseason. It's all right. A lot of young guys played. I didn't lose any sleep over it.
Couple bright spots. Jamal Cain put up 14 rebounds. He continues his hot streak during this preseason, especially in the rebounding department. Drew Smith put up 10 assists and 9 points. Cole Swider with 15 points as well. For the most part, Haywood Highsmith also had a good 3-point performance. I think he was 3 for 4, if I'm not mistaken. So it's good to see him. We know he's good on defense. It's always good to see him making threes as well.
Yeah, they played a lot of good basketball yesterday, but it was, when it's closing time and you need your people, right?
Yeah,
all those young guys haven't gotten there yet.
Exactly.
And you can kind of see,
concerned.
You just see it was kind of clunky at times. Play hard on defense.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the other side of the court and it's money time, who's going to be your guy? They all tried to make shots, right?
Yeah.
But there's something different than making shots and winning a game, right? When you see Jimmy go and do what he got to do, or Tyler, or Bam, or Kevin Love, they've been around the game to know what they need to do to win that game with that amount of time left.
Yeah, the Nets, if you look in comparison, some of their big name players like Mikal Bridges played about 29 minutes. Spencer Dinwiddie, 28 minutes. Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, upwards of 20 minutes each. If you look at the Miami Heat in comparison, Bam Adebayo played about 16 minutes and managed to put up 14 points and 6 rebounds in such a short spurt. So I'm sure with like a full lineup, this is only a 3-point game. The Nets should actually walk away from this, not necessarily because it's just preseason, who cares, but they should be a little bit concerned that it took that long,
I mean, I think the Nets organization in general should always be a little concerned.
Yeah,
I don't think yesterday changed anything.
Keeping up with the headlines, though, we got some football tonight if you guys are interested. We talked about it previously. Jacksonville takes on New Orleans tonight. It's going to be at 8:15 p.m. Some other kind of football in their second to last MLS game. Inter Miami drew against Charlotte 2-2 with Robbie Robinson. Best name ever.
And no Messi.
Are we feeling like, overall, are we happy about the season? Because they won a cup, they played in the cup final, but they didn't get to the playoffs. And I just think that they're going to have to try to find a better way of managing, his minutes. Right. He played a lot of soccer last year, man.
Maybe if you leave
he still plays for Argentina, which, so the international.
And then I heard he might be on loan.
No.
Yeah. That's how all these clubs make the money, loaning the players out.
Yeah. I hope not, because I feel like with him, you make more money theoretically when he's here than when he's loaned out. But I mean, I think when Beckham was at LA Galaxy, they loaned him out a couple times, at least once. So it happens. But I would hate that.
That's how they make money.
I know, but it's like shouldn't though the marketing of because Messi is not, he's not a normal great player. He's a brand, right? The idea of having him here, ticket sales, jersey sales, to me and also being a better team should outweigh what you would make from a loan fee, I would think, just in terms of the entire organization.
Doesn't the player get a certain percentage of the loan fee too?
Well, I don't think so. They pay your salary when you're on loan. So the other team pays your salary plus, whatever the loan fee is, so they would probably arrange a pretty high loan fee plus the other team pays your salary. But no, I don't think he's going to get loaned out. And somebody in the Twitch chat already said that he's already said no to the loan. It just, I don't know, man. If you're trying to, honestly, if they were to loan him out, I would be pissed because it's
what he needs?
Bring him in here. The latter stages of his career, like why loan the guy out, man? You didn't bring him here to just make a profit from loaning him out. You brought him in here to improve your entire team and revolutionize MLS. So no, I say no to this loan.
You know what else he needs?
What?
Messi need to just, when he get back from Argentina, he needs to go down to South Beach, get his favorite meal, and take a damn nap.
Okay.
Get some rest.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, his last year has been hectic. You go back 2 years. It's been crazy. And he's what, 36?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, get some rest. I take a couple of months off and just, let the battery recharge, get back into working out, and then you'll be able to play more quality, soccer. Because right now you can't do it like he can't do it like he used to be able to.
You know what he should do? He should go to Stars and Strings. It's a great night of country music, and it's coming back.
Should.
Rock Live November 1st.
It's very relaxing.
It is. It is
Yeah.
relaxing.
Really?
JFig may be
I don't
there.
Consider country
It's an
relaxing.
acoustic set, so
Yes,
it's relaxing.
it's
Very
relaxing.
intimate, very calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it acoustic or acoustic?
I hear Messi loves country music.
Well, there
You heard
go.
it here first.
Jimmy. But yeah, we're giving you a chance to win tickets to go see Jordan Davis, Hardy, just Hardy, Brian Kelly, Ashley McBride, Cole Swindell, not Swindle, because he's not swindling anyone.
So the head coach of LSU is performing?
Right, Brian Kelly and Jordan Davis, D tackle for the Eagles. They're going to take time off their busy schedule to
He
stop
actually
by.
met the Eagles last week.
Well,
Oh,
that's-
I'm
Davis.
jealous.
Maybe
big
he
fan.
was just trying to, psych them out for their Dolphin game. So he was trying to help us out. That's what it was.
I mean, I knew I liked him. Now I like him more.
There you go. Now keep listening for details on how you can win. Can't wait to win. Tickets are available for purchase at starsandstrings.com. Now, before we go, Leroy, would you mind going to the Windowplex and getting us a weather report from the Demesman and Dover law firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultation 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
He has become a professional.
Look at that.
I want to get Leroy on one of the local news channels, like doing weather. Like they could just cut live to Leroy to look out the window.
Okay, someone tell me if I am pointing at Leroy.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
Just kidding. You know what? I take it back.
You know what? That camera's not on. That's a -1.
Oh,
All right, winds.
oh, there we are, looking out the window.
Mhm.
It is mostly sunny, slight chance of rain. And I would say but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fall day.
Is he right, Marcos?
He is indeed. It is a beautiful fall day. The weather exactly. A lot of thunder, apparently. 82 degrees.
Does it matter?
There's actually 0% chance of precipitation, but don't tell that to my soundboard.
I love he's playing thunder sound effects, and it's beautiful outside.
It is. Can I just say this? When I first moved down here and I decided I was going to live here, this is the time of year, or I came in January
Mhm.
after football season was over with, and there is no better weather in the country.
We tricked you.
And then when you went through your first August, you were like, "What am I doing with my
But
life right now?"
keep in mind, I didn't go through my first August here until 2001. And I moved here in 93, 94.
I see.
So I
When
didn't
was
know.
Born.
You were a snowbird.
No, like,
Yeah,
no,
essentially.
I'm from Louisiana, dude.
Snowbird.
Hey, speaking of snow, how is it at your house, Donno?
Yeah,
It's
look at
really
that.
nice.
Look, it's pristine out there, right? The pool
Nope.
looks very
Really
inviting.
Really
All 11
It's
rooms.
kind of hard
in
for
my
me to
house look
sell.
nice.
Hey, it's kind of hard for me to sell 15 miles an hour, 15-mile-an-hour winds when
When
none of your
those-
foliage is moving.
Look at that. The foliage is perfectly pristine and still. I love it.
Thick shrubbery.
Seems like a pool weather day later on today. All right, we continue our Tua. Donno in for Tobin today on Tobin and Leroy, AM 560 Sports, WQAM. Our Tua continues here on AM 560 Sports WQAM. Alex Donno in for Tobin today. Leroy Horde is here. What's going on,
Marcos,
Leroy?
feel free to go ahead on and get that camera.
Yeah, the camera. Yeah,
I keep knocking it
Oh,
over.
look at
when I
that.
go in
Oh,
there,
you knocked that over, Leroy?
Ew.
Yeah. And he told me I went to get it. He said, I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
I get it.
Well, you got to get that camera working because we have, what is it, Marcos top five?
Oh, top
Double
five,
dip.
double
Double
dip. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. How you like that?
You dipped the chip, you took a bite, and you dipped again.
All right, all right, all right.
You know, that never was a big thing until that show.
Double dipping? That should have been a big thing.
I see
glad
people
it
doing
didn't.
it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how COVID started. Somebody double
is,
dipped and then
for sure.
everything, you know.
It's nothing to do with
No,
the bat.
wasn't it from people eating bats?
No.
And stuff like that.
It
Depends
was-
on who you listen to. I think it was, well, okay, somebody ate a bat, then they double dipped chip, and then here
That's
we
what
are.
it was. Maybe they double dipped the bat.
Can I just say,
It was Marcos.
it seems pretty unlikely that somebody would go from eating a bat to eating chips and salsa. Let me just say that.
I had some good ketchup chips this morning.
Ask Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh,
But he's just all around crazy.
he is crazy.
I mean, how can I look? I don't want to say this in a negative way,
That means it's going to be negative, guys.
Mhm.
but there's a lot of rock stars
Hmm?
that do some things, and you're amazed that they're still alive, right?
Oh, yeah. Keith Richards is still alive in his
Right.
80s. This dude's been in rehab like 100 times.
Right.
Actually, there's news coming out that
Whoa.
apparently Ozzy Osbourne is gonna
Go on
have a
tour.
new record.
Whoa!
With
Wow.
no features.
No features.
And he also went on the radio and said that back then when he was touring,
Yeah.
he would always throw water on himself, so no one really noticed that he was peeing himself. Also,
Huh.
because he
Didn't
he
Channing
thought-
Crowder do the same thing?
exactly. So
Yes.
he pulled a Crowder,
The old Crowder.
Can I just tell you,
or Crowder pulled to him.
Crowder
as a
pulled Ozzy?
grown man,
Yep.
who played sports his whole life. So I
Yep.
played 2 years of high school, 4 years of college, 11 years in the NFL. I've never had to pee during a football game. Right? I've never had to, like, it never got so bad that I decided I'm gonna pee in a towel. You know why? Because I'm a grown ass man.
Well, and didn't Larry Izzo sometimes, because he had IBS, he had the number twos on the sidelines. I remember that story.
Which is just disgusting. I've never listen. If y'all not familiar with my work, I don't go in public,
I've heard that, yeah.
and that's never changed. I've rented a hotel room on a road trip to go take a poop.
That's
crazy.
impressive.
That is crazy.
Right. So while you in there going get chips and dip, I'm in the hotel, take a nap, whatever. But we all know why I'm there.
You're taking the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Now, top 5 double dip. You guys ready?
Ready.
This one, there's no jokes here. All right. I don't want you guys to think I'm some sort of joke. The last couple top 5 double dips I've done have been all bits, and everyone's judging me now. So we're gonna get back to football stuff because I'm an NFL insider. All right.
All right.
So this is the top 5 players that have played for both the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Some of these you're
Ooh,
gonna know.
we know Tobin's favorite.
Starting off at number 5, bringing up the rear, if you will, Irving Fryer.
Yep.
Wow.
Also play for the Patriots.
Yeah, he had an impressive
Yeah.
17-year NFL career. How many Pro Bowls did he have? He was, like you said, first round pick Patriots. 84 touchdowns throughout his career, 5-time Pro Bowler. Pretty
I
good.
definitely remember some of those. He was quite good.
His best season, arguably, coming in 94 with the Dolphins, where he
Marino
had
to Fryer.
1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. So pretty good there. Now coming in at number 4, Jay Fiedler. Jay,
God, he played for the Eagles?
You ready for this one?
Yep.
I played with Jay in Minnesota.
did you?
I didn't know he played in Minnesota. I remember him as a Jet, a Dolphin, and
Before he came to Miami. No, wait. Before he went to
Jaguar.
Jacksonbille.
He was a Jaguar, Dolphin.
Before he
and
went
Jet.
to
That's what I
Jacksonville, he
remember.
was with Minnesota.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Jay Fiedler actually was an undrafted free agent by the Eagles in 1994 after playing quarterback at Dartmouth.
Yep.
Clever. He's an Ivy Leaguer.
Yeah, those ears though. My gosh. My gosh. Yeah.
He do have some good
He didn't have to wear a headset. He could just hear the coach whispering.
He does have some good listening devices.
I'll tell you what, man. That guy is strapped up.
Satellite dishes.
Number 3, running back,
Jay and Jay.
Ronnie Brown.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought he was gonna go.
Wait.
Yep. Yep.
You know if Tobin has anything to do with this.
Yep.
You know what number 1 is. We ain't even got to go there.
Jay and Joy, oh my goodness, you bloke! I'm here to score some touchdowns and eat some crumpets.
Remember, he mysteriously didn't have an accent in Boise, but then when he got here, he had an accent.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, Britney Spears had the same thing. Sometimes accents come and go. You never know.
Britney Spears.
But yeah,
I'm that way, man. I remember when I spent like 2 weeks in England, I had a slight accent by the time I came back in 2 weeks. So I do not judge. I do
That
not
actually
judge
happened to me
people.
when I went to Texas.
So
Yeah.
wait, here's the
Except
other
with an
thing.
accent.
Here's the other thing that here's for extra credit. They had 2 running backs go in the first round. The more successful one went lower than Ronnie Brown. Who was his running mate?
Cadillac Williams.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
I remember that, and that is the only fun fact I will ever remember. Unfortunately,
Right.
I promise. I'll never get another thing right.
They
But,
both won the first round, and Cadillac was the more successful college running back.
Right.
Yep.
But Ronnie
Smaller.
Brown got drafted before him.
Yeah.
You guys remember Ronnie Brown on the Eagles? I don't actually. But apparently he had a brief stint there before he went to the Chargers and Texans.
Wow.
But yeah, obviously I think he's best known for his contribution to the Wildcat, of course.
Yep.
Being named to the Pro
Oh, yeah.
Bowl in 2008 and really being a staple running back for the Dolphins. He had that cool visor. He had that like orange visor sometimes.
Dude, I loved when for what was it, a couple of years when he and Ricky played together after
Oh,
Ricky came
yeah.
back from his sabbatical or whatever you call
Mhm.
that suspension.
Yeah.
That was such a fun backfield. The two of those guys together, those are some of the best times.
Yeah.
Probably should have did that long before Ricky decided to go on a sabbatical. He probably would have still been there.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't 400 carries, dude.
it was crazy.
Ricky carried the ball more in 2 years than any running back in the history of football.
Yeah, I remember the game. It was against Buffalo, I think in 2002, when Wanstedt just decided, I don't know what it was, but like 44 carries, whatever it was a record for most carries in an NFL game. And I remember
No,
watching that game, and
he
it's
didn't.
like,
Wait, you know why I know he didn't get the record?
why?
Because I know who owns the record.
Who's that?
Jamie Morris carried the ball. I want to say, look at it, most carries in the game, 47 carries, I think.
Jamie. What is it? Jamie Morris.
Yes, it's Joe Morris's brother. 47. He called us, right? And he goes, man, I broke an NFL record for most
You're right.
carries.
I
in
just
the
looked it
game."
up. You're right. Jamie Morris, 1988. So maybe Ricky, there might have been like a franchise record or something.
Yeah, it might have
Maybe
been a
wasn't the
franchise record.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Oh,
NFL
wait,
record.
here's the kicker. So when we talked to him after that game, he said, I broke an NFL record. So we talking to him. He said, well, how many yards did you get? He said 130. And me and Bunch looked at each other and said, you got your ass kicked.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. By the way, Ricky had 42 against the Bills.
That's what it was. Okay, that was a franchise record, I guess.
Yeah.
It was still a lot of carries.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
quite
carries,
bit,
dude.
And he
Quite-
didn't have that many yards either. It was in like the low hundred. You can probably look it up pretty easily, but it wasn't like wasn't a very high yards per carry because the offensive line wasn't that good that year. That's one of the reasons why sabbatical was necessary.
Mhm. All right, you guys ready for number 2?
We ready? No, that was number 2. Ronnie Brown was number
For
2.
real.
Was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Go ahead on and get JJ.
No, it was Jay. It was Jay Fiedler.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. We definitely said
Fine.
Ronnie Brown.
No, you went Jay Fiedler.
Yeah.
Irving Fryer.
Irving Fryer.
Yeah. Ronnie Brown.
Did we miss one? Okay, go.
No, that's it.
Number
Number
two.
2. Rhymes with 2. At least his last name does. Ndamukong? I don't know how to say his
And
right.
Ndamukong Suh.
Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Did you just call him
Ndamukong?
Ndamukong?
Ndamukong. Oh, let's spell it. Let me look at
It's
this again.
Ndamukong Suh.
Maybe he's
Yeah.
been pronouncing it wrong.
What
think
college?
so.
He went to
Oh,
Nebraska.
no, dude. That's
Sir.
Ndamukong.
Yeah.
Look at that. Have you guys ever seen this?
I was getting
You
ready to
just
play the
summoned a
Donkey Kong
Pokemon.
music.
Ndamukong. But Sue, yes, Sue had that huge contract that the Dolphins got him over. That was when Stephen Ross kind of showed us.
No. That had nothing to do with Stephen Ross.
That was before
with
Stephen
what's
Ross.
his name? That's on Tannenbaum.
Tannenbaum.
Tannenbaum. Yeah.
Was it Tannenbaum's money?
He was
Yeah,
making
he
quarterback
always
money.
wanted to make big splashes.
And I remember the argument was like, yeah, okay, we're paying this guy more than a lot of quarterbacks make, but he's going to make the entire defense better, is what they said. Didn't exactly happen. I mean, I love Sue, but it didn't work out the way that they promised.
It wasn't his fault
No.
because the people surrounding him didn't make enough plays. His job, put it this way, what they wanted him to do, Christian Wilkins does it at a better clip now, as far as causing havoc in the middle of the field, but not because he's not necessarily better, but because the guys around him do more. Right? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I do.
He's got a lot more talent on that D line than Ndamukong Suh had.
Yeah. And Sue was the D line. It's like,
Right.
You're the guy. Go do everything.
I did see Cam Wake at the Improv recently. Still
Oh,
in
yeah?
really good shape.
Still swole.
Still swole, so swole. I didn't even say hello.
Dude, I'll never forget. So,
Very
like the media used to mess with Cam Wake because like his diet and his discipline was well documented. Like this guy never saw a cheat meal in his life. And I remember this one presser, somebody asked him like, Cam, like when's the last time like you ate something that like wasn't that healthy? Like your last time you splurged? And his answer was elk meat, which sounds pretty healthy to me. Very gamey. Like I don't know if that's the least healthy thing he's eaten apparently.
That's that Canadian football coming out of him.
That's true. That's probably every supermarket. Elk meat is
no.
like chicken up there.
Hey,
Very gross.
let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Very gross.
Elk meat and ketchup.
When we go up to Canada, my mother-in-law's brother is so proud of the hunt that he makes sure he brings us some meat to cook. And I tried to tell them, hey man, I got little kids. They ain't down with the elk.
Right.
Like you try
The
to
young
sell
do
it.
not like elk.
You want an elk steak there, Rebecca? She goes, what? We said, we eating moose now. Right? No. And it's gamey. When you say when you say the words gamey, that means it has like that sour like taste where you know you eating like
Right. It's a little tougher than you want it to be.
Yeah. So
I like my factory farms just fine.
It's just no, I don't need to try, like I'll eat venison, right? But elk is just elk. I feel like I need to be sitting around a fire with a stick and we just like making jerky over the fire, right? Like it's food. Like we're on how long here? Let me ask you this, JFig. I know your dad could last 2 years, but we ain't talking about him right now.
What?
Donno, Marcos. You know that Alone and Afraid show that comes on?
Naked and
Right,
Afraid.
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
You can have your clothes.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
I don't
you.
want to see none of y'all naked.
Come on.
Thank you.
Right?
Nobody wants that, believe me.
How long could you survive?
6 hours.
No, you couldn't.
6.
No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
6
Not even
minutes.
6? You won't even give him 6 hours.
Because that means you're gonna have a couple of hours of darkness.
Ugh.
Right?
No.
How long could you survive?
So I can't make fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't either.
Wait,
So let's start with that.
we need you to break it.
No, I have to. You're gonna ask me.
You
then
breaking
I
it
gotta break
down?
Yeah.
Okay, what can you do?
I can't make fire. I can't make shelter. I don't know how to fish. I don't really like the taste of seafood.
That's true.
Bugs are gross. I have sensitive skin. My eyes squint if it's too bright outside.
Yikes.
Sometimes I sunburn. And I think I have There goes my camera again.
And that's how long he would survive.
That's how long he would last. Like,
30 seconds of rationalizing, and then he's done.
We've
I
had
don't
this
know how long I
conversation
would survive.
because everybody thinks, right? Because you watch this show, and the first thing they talk about is all the bugs they get eaten up by. They ain't even talk about food. They
That's
talk
like
about
my number one thing. I'm not a big
Right.
fan of bugs.
right.
I don't know.
But here, I could probably fish.
Yeah.
I could make a fire. I could build me some shelter.
Mhm.
Right? The bugs would be the problem.
Hmm.
But
I think the bugs are the problem for me.
you think you could make it a night? Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
I could make it a night.
I mean,
No,
if I
you-
just curl up
no,
in
you
the
could.
fetal position and
No,
nothing
no.
eats me, I could make it the night.
Dude,
For
let me
sure.
explain something.
That's
to
the
you.
only way I can make it.
Let
a
me
night,
tell you.
actually.
You know what they talk about in these shows,
Hmm.
right? First of all, they always drop off a man and a woman. Like you're already setting up yourself for failure. And it's not the man or the woman. I'm just saying that them going in, you're going in with an argument, right? That's just the nature of men and women.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but here's the thing. I can't imagine, right? Getting dropped off somewhere and even being able to do all these things. And then it gets nighttime, and this is all you hear. I'm talking about watching the show when they have the nightlight on. Ooh, 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 ah, ah. Ooh, ooh. That's all you hear all
dark for a second.
That's all you hear all night. Like, I'll be like, I am out. No. Is it, ooh, is that a moose? Oh no, I think it's a bear. Like, and they're whispering to each other. I'm like, shut up, they gonna get you. I'm like watching, like thinking they gonna get ate up.
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing. I like to call suspect on Naked and Afraid. Because the camera guys are out there.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Well, they're supposed to not like interfere, and I think they
Oh,
they,
you know
they
what?
get snacks and stuff. Like I think they get accommodations that the people on the show do
Oh.
not have.
I'm gonna be like, hey, camera guy, you about to get got. I don't need to go hunt for food. I can just get them food from the camera guy.
Yeah, like the camera guys got like granola bars and stuff. I'm sure.
And
They're
then
not
and then
supposed to
you
give them
see
out.
them eating this, and they just put it on a stick in the fire like the old days.
If
and
I
then
was
they're,
the
like,
camera
chewing-
guy, I would like taunt them. I'm eating like a Snickers bar
They're
while they're trying to kill a
they're
bird.
chewing on it, and then they always lie to you. I gotta tell you, as far as
Pretty
food,
good.
not bad, pretty good.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Yep.
You ain't kidding about, or like the random guy. My favorite is the people that walk by and just eat bugs. Oh, it's a good sense of. You have to eat
Oh, I hate that.
7,265 of those little bitty
Oh, it's
ants
good protein.
to get food. Right.
Awful. Terrible.
Well, since we got to go to break.
No, you know what number one is. Go
Number
ahead,
one
say
is Jay and John.
Look
it. Is he the first football player to wrap himself in a flag in a post-game interview?
I don't know. He converted to British.
No, he won the Super Bowl.
That's where he's from. What do you mean converted?
I don't trust him.
He's
Why?
from
'Cause you were
London.
wrong? Well, you were wrong, and so now you don't trust Jay and Jai?
Let's hear his Boise State interviews.
So you basically thought he committed treason then by like wrapping himself in the flag of a foreign nation. That's where that's where he's from.
No, I think the NFL is trying to spread the idea of football across the seas, and they threw him a little check.
Mm.
He's a plant. He's an industry plant. We see it all the time. We saw that.
Well,
girl
he
from
didn't
the
play
Chargers.
another 2 seconds after that
Look,
because he had them bad
You're
knees.
proving my point.
Right.
There. How does he go from 200 yards 3 games in a row to never playing again? He took the check industry plan. You heard it here first.
Wow.
It's pretty bold.
This has been another top 5 double dip from your boy.
Tobin and Leroy show continues here on WQAM.
Was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb.
Get a message from RVA Richie who says, so Trevor, who works with us here, is an Eagles fan, right? The young man that produces Dolphins Game
Where
Day
is he?
Uncensored.
Where is he?
Awkward. Where are you? Why can I not see you?
Oh,
Good point.
I thought maybe you were out of the studio
See,
or something.
even my camera will rather look at JFig than me. So when JFig leaves, the camera goes and follows her.
It just follows her.
Yeah.
Too bad she forgets to come back. What?
Well, you know, he brought that up, and I'm actually going to be, I guess, filling in for Tobin. I wasn't sure if I was filling in for Tobin or Solana, but I'm guessing Tobin because he's
this
not
weekend.
here. So I'm going to be on Game Day Uncensored. I always do the post game, but I'm going to be doing pregame as well.
Oh,
And I got to tell Trevor, I love him, but he is going to be insufferable on Sunday because he loves his Eagles, and he's going to be like feeding me Eagle stats into my headsets, whether I like them or not. He's going to be really annoying about that. So I am not looking forward to filling in on Game Day Uncensored pregame.
You know what I hate? I hate, like, some fan bases think they got to overdo it, right?
Eagles fan.
Eagles fans are one of those guys.
Yep.
One of those people.
I put them in the group of like Alabama fans that have to finish
Jets
with Roll Tide.
Jets,
I think they're worse.
Jets fans, a little over the top.
Yeah, but they're
like
just so
extreme
pathetic.
fans.
They're
Like,
pathetic though.
who else? There, you know who are, like, they're just insufferable, right?
Cowboys fans.
Well,
Cowboys fans are pretty bad. Yeah.
Cowboys fans. Like, my only problem is I, like, you're a fan, dude. You have every right to be, you know, whatever kind of fan you want to be, whether you want to stick your toe in it or whether you want to be ride or die, right? I get that. But my thing is that so many fans get borderline hateful with their unreasonable, you know, like, for example, you have Dolphins fans saying, oh, well, the Dolphins haven't played anybody yet. It's not their fault.
Right.
They didn't make their own schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Donno, I just saw Michigan's schedule for the next 7 years.
7 years?
9 years. Yeah, 7 to 9 years. Guess who they
Okay.
play next year?
Oh, yeah, because the Big Ten is all going all crazy. Who do they play next year? USC?
Texas.
Yeah.
And then the following year, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And then they go to Texas, and then they go to Oklahoma in the next 4 years.
And that's not even conference games because those
No.
teams are going to the SEC. So
No.
those non-con, and because the Big Ten is getting
Non-conference.
insane now, and their non-conference games are Texas and Oklahoma.
Guess what?
Dang.
I had 1 year. Listen to this.
Yeah.
1 year. Here's my non-conference games. My 3 bunnies to start the season.
Right.
Notre Dame,
Okay.
University of Miami, UCLA.
Dang, that's a schedule.
We started the season 1 and 2 and never lost another game.
Wow.
And then we beat number 2. That was the year, I want to say that was the year Notre Dame won the national championship.
Uh-huh.
But at the time, USC was number 2 with Rodney Peete and Carrier and all those guys. Junior Seau was on that team. And we beat them in the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
So, like, and we didn't lose. We lost, I want to say 17-19 because our field goal kicker missed a 45-yarder at the end of the game.
College kickers.
And then the following week, we were up 30-14 with 5 minutes left to go in the game against Miami.
Yeah.
And we lost 31-30.
Yep.
Right? Till this day, every time I see Steve Walsh, I got something for you, buddy. 2 birds.
Oh, don't say that around, you know.
That's a tough non-conference
Right.
schedule.
So-
Miami's got Florida next year to open the season. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go to games.
It's going to be
that
fun,
game for
but
sure.
it ain't like, I mean, it ain't like, okay.
No,
Texas
it's just
A&M
going to be fun
You
because
know
I
what I
know a
like?
lot of Gator fans were going to be arguing. It's going to be fun.
Here's what I like.
Yeah.
I like that they did the home and home with Texas A&M. I think it was really cool.
Yeah.
I actually tried to get Michigan to play Miami.
Really?
I really wanted it. Yeah.
Wow. It doesn't happen.
Because-
It hasn't happened maybe since you played. What has it been?
Right.
A long time.
Yeah. But the problem is that a lot of when you look at like Michigan playing Texas and Michigan playing Oklahoma, the home and homes are worth it,
Yeah.
right? Why would we go from 110,000 to 65, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wish they would do it. I think it would be fun, right? I think it's a way you can get a lot of your fan base into some warm weather. But I mean, it just hasn't worked out yet.
I know the Michigan fans like that because I've seen but been a few times they've played in Orange Bowls down here, and
Yes.
like you walk down the street Orange Bowl week when Michigan was in town, and you see the people in the Michigan gear all over the place.
Yeah. There's a group. They watched the games. Was it Upper Deck? Is that on by the track by Gulfstream? Isn't it called Upper Deck?
Oh, like a sports bar?
It's
I'm not sure.
It's right on Hollandale, all the way past US 1, all the way past. That's where they watch all the Michigan games.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I talk to them all the time. There's a ton of guys, ton of people down here. So it was fun when every time they played down here. That's when I got my so it was me, Stephen Ross, and Ndamukong Suh when they played Florida State with Dalvin Cook. That was a good game too.
Oh wow.
And we were in a suite, and it was it was an open suite, but it was 2 suites, so there was no divider.
Uh-huh.
And was it DNC who did the halftime show was in the other half of the suite.
Oh wow.
But only thing I have from that game, I was talking to Stephen Ross and Ndamukong Suh. We're just chopping it up, whatever. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got to go." I went and took a picture with Michelle Wee.
Oh, that's so cool.
He was at the game, right?
That's awesome.
And TV does not do her justice, dude.
Okay. Okay.
And she's 6'1", 6 foot.
Nice.
Right. So I was like, wow, I feel just like a minor human. She's just so way out of my. I'm like, wow.
I'm laughing now because Schmeeth and Schmolnick says elite fake interest into this story being made by Donno right now. No, I don't think I'm faking it, man. I think I'm legit interested.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Smeethan. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, yeah, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this game on Sunday because it's going to say a lot about where this team is. It sucks because people in Philadelphia might be thinking the same thing about their team because they haven't really been that dominant, right?
Right.
They've won games with offense.
They lost to the Jets. I mean,
they haven't really.
really?
Well, they turned the ball over a lot.
Still lost to the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Listen, there's a bunch of teams that I would feel worse losing to, right, than the Jets because the Jets have an elite defense.
Clock.
Does that mean we need to take a break?
Yes.
We do. I'm going to show legitimate interest in Marcos's headlines when we come back.
Are you okay?
Dolphin safety jump fun.
Tobin and Leroy show on a Thursday. Donno in for Tobin today. Got Marcos here, Leroy, JFig. Marcos, how about some headlines on this fine Thursday afternoon?
Indeed, these headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. We know trucks. Been mentioning it multiple times throughout the show. Miami Heat participated in some preseason basketball yesterday against the Brooklyn Nets. Unfortunately, they were dropped. Total score being 107 to 104.
Nobody cares about preseason scores. Just happy some young guys got PT.
Right. Can you believe, though, that you're like essentially allowed to choose how many preseason games you play? And the Heat were like, yeah, let me get 5 of them.
Yeah, because I noticed the Nets, I think that was their last preseason game last night. So they, I guess they tapped out at 4, and we decided to go an extra.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We actually have one more tomorrow against the Houston Rockets at 8 p.m.
All right. And I do have some comments if you'd like to hear them, Marcos. Bill Simmons, of all people, is becoming an ally, or trying to. I'm not saying we should accept him, but he's trying to become an ally. Talking about the Heat's over-under, which is 44.5 wins this year, he says 44.5 is an inexplicable over-under to me. I think there's a lot of disrespect to a Heat team that I'm warning people about every year. If you say so, Bill. I think he's trying to, take credit for that. He says they lose Max and Gabe and don't get Dame, and the natural instinct is to write them off. Well, they're bleeped, people would say, but I think they're fine for Bill Simmons. So Bill Simmons thinks they're going to go way over 44.5 wins this year. I'll take it.
Can I just
get out of here?
I'm going to just say this, that how much does an organization or a team have to do to just get the respect of these guys know what they're doing, they'll figure it out?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that this organization has done wrong that would lead you to believe that some way, shape, or form they're going to compete and they're going to be in the mix in some capacity at the end of the year. Right? Now, here's the kicker. If you believe that, and you've believed it based on what you've seen from this team the last 2 decades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you just look at, okay, what do you think it'll take to get into the playoffs?
Right, because we got this comment from Ray
500
Sosa.
is 40, 500 is 41.
Yeah.
So you're thinking 3 games over?
Yeah.
So,
I'm thinking more like 5 or 6 games over. Well, like Ray writes to us, people could care less about the NBA regular season, and you think we care about the preseason scores? The Miami Heat, they debunked the regular season last year. Like they barely snuck into the playoffs, and they end up in the NBA
Lakers.
Finals. Yeah, the Lakers as well.
We had 1 8 seed, one play-in team make it to the finals, and the other play-in team make it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
So you can put whatever twist you want on it. I think and usually those things can only happen with veteran teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guys that know what they need to do when it gets crunch time. You can't do that with a young team.
And that's why the best regular season in sports is college football. That is the best regular season in sports.
Because it matters. It all matters.
Everything matters. Like, dude, the way, and obviously I'm a big Miami guy, the way I have felt after 2 consecutive losses, I could never feel that discouraged. And I'm still encouraged by the big picture, but my mood after those 2 straight losses, I could never feel like that about any other regular season for any of the other teams I root for.
The thing I would say about this is what annoys me about all these comments about the Heat is this. All the teams that you have deemed the elite of this conference in the last 3 or 4 years, Miami has ran up through.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So every time you put the 76ers up there, every time you put the Celtics up there, every time you put who was it? The Milwaukee Bucks up there.
They just got a little better though.
The only team in the conference that has wins against all of them is the Heat. Yet you refuse to put the Heat in any of these discussions. Until otherwise proven, I'm going to tell you like this. Until otherwise proven or until proven wrong, the Heat are going to be one of the top 4 teams in the conference.
Yep.
I'm not backing down from that.
Don't.
I don't care what the record is until somebody ousts them in the first round. I'm always going to believe that some kind of way the Heat are going to be there, because no matter what I think their shortcomings are, they always end up there. That's got to mean something. But for some reason, if the Lakers do it, if the Lakers did the same thing last year. Ooh, LeBron and AD, they got it going at the right time.
Yeah.
That wasn't Jimmy though, right?
No.
Right? If the Celtics did that, the Bucks, right? There's a handful of teams that, if you say that, they're gonna get a totally different reaction than the Miami Heat get. But I'm saying, hey man, until proven otherwise, I'm gonna always say that the Miami Heat are gonna be in the top 4. So whatever other 3 teams you put there, I don't care. But I know Miami's gonna be one of them. And I don't care what anybody thinks, because I have proof that shows that they put themselves in that situation for a number of years.
Yeah. What other headlines we got, Marcos?
One I haven't mentioned, the Panthers, Florida Panthers, they
Home
play
opener?
tonight.
Home opener.
Home opener
Donno.
tonight.
Donno.
It's America versus Canada, so I'm very into it.
I've been pissed off all week.
Why?
Here's why. Both the finals teams in every sport should play their first game at home.
Right. They only do
Not
it
a
for
damn,
the winners.
not a damn 3-game road trip.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you telling me
It's true.
the Vegas can get their banner the first night with all the theatrics and all the what they do in Vegas. By the way, it's phenomenal. They just put on
It's
a
great.
show.
It's awesome.
It is unbelievable how they have taken hockey and made it theatrical, right?
I know.
And they got their first night, and I applauded them. It was awesome to see. But I'll be damned if the Florida Panthers shouldn't have got the same thing.
No
'Cause
respect.
they were the Eastern Conference on that.
Yeah.
And they got to wait a whole damn week to maybe put their banner up or whatever. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's the same thing in basketball, same thing in football. The 2 Super Bowl participants should start off with home games. The 2 NBA finalists should start off with home games. This is just the way it goes.
I
Because
think the lesson here is nobody cares about second place. I just think unfortunately, you didn't win. If you're not first, you're last.
But wait, you're in a different place, though. We ain't talking about the Heat or the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about hockey, which has been more successful in the playoffs than the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's true.
So, they've been to 2 finals, right? Yeah. They've been to 2 finals quicker than the
96
Dolphins.
and then last year. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dolphins haven't.
Nope.
When's the last time the Dolphins made it to a conference championship?
I was very young. What was it
Was
like?
it Marino's year when he went to Super Bowl? They went to another one after that.
I think they went to another one after that, but it was like late 80s, early 90s.
No,
It
didn't
was a long
Cincinnati
time.
when Cincinnati won in 90? When Cincinnati
I think that was probably it. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy because
90.
they would have played. What they would have played in? They would have played in was the Super Bowl down here? Yeah, because remember the running back. The Super Bowl was down here in 90 because
the old remember 1990. I was 5.5 years old.
Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, and that was when they were favored against San Francisco. But San Francisco won because remember their running back had the crack.
What?
Remember
What happened with the running?
The running back got in trouble because he
had the what?
Plumber's crack?
No, crack.
Whoa!
Oh, I thought his pants came down.
No,
okay.
crack. They
Oh.
couldn't find him.
They
couldn't find him. Look it up. It's I can't think of the running back's name. 1990.
I don't think I'm allowed to Google anything on this computer.
I'll Google it. But we can go to break.
Miami Dolphins, by the way, did play in the 1992 AFC Championship.
That's right.
Look at
against
that against the
Buffalo.
Bills.
I don't know how see that one I do remember, but I clearly forgot about it. 1990, not so much. 92, I was watching a little bit by then.
Well, technically, it was January 17th, 93. Donno, you should have had a job by then.
I was 8, but okay.
Slack. This cat talk, by the way, that we just did, that is brought to you by our friends here at Celsius. Hockey fans,
Oh, I love it.
don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your playing. Get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers.
Stanley Wilson.
Stanley Wilson, the guy that did crack.
Yeah.
Pretty
he
good.
He missed the Super Bowl.
It's not good.
Remember, you know who else was on that team?
Nope.
Icky Woods. The Icky
The
Shuffle.
Icky Shuffle.
Icky Shuffle.
Yeah.
I still break out the Icky Shuffle every time.
Here's your cold cuts.
Yeah,
Cuts,
no.
cold cuts.
And
It's
the
cold cuts.
And the cold cuts.
When we come back, let's not forget. I'm very insulted Marcos didn't include this in the headlines. Hurricanes and Clemson this weekend at Hard Rock Stadium. You want to keep it locked right here. Tobin and Leroy Show, AM 560 Sports, WQAM. Big weekend coming up with my Canes at home against Clemson on Saturday night, prime time. Dolphins in Philly on Sunday night in prime time. Statement games, I think, for both of these teams. But let's do a little Game Day Uncensored here, which is like a prelude for me because I'll be on Game Day Uncensored pregame and postgame this Sunday. I think we start around 4:15, whatever it is. Omar Kelly, me, I think Solana. I guess Tobin's out this weekend at the wedding. But
Yes.
what have we heard this week, Marcos, from Mike McDaniel, Dolphins head coach, leading up?
Mike McDaniel spoke to the media yesterday, and before I get his comments on this, I just want to know where you stand, Donno. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, 100%.
100%. Wow.
Yeah.
Very
We
adamant
work
about
on one.
that. Hey, look, I
And
got
they-
my papers
No.
already.
Oh, Marcos. Yeah.
I would say Solana.
Oh, okay. And I was like,
Some of his beliefs cannot be from this
I'm
world.
documenting.
They can't be.
JFig, do you believe in aliens?
I do.
Wow.
Really?
I love the confidence. Leroy?
We are not the only.
No, we're not. I'm having a hard time
Yeah.
believing we're the only people on this in this.
Very large universe.
Yes,
think
the
about
universe.
That's fair.
There's mermaids.
Okay, that's
Mermaids.
not sure how.
Hey, you know what? Next time you get in the
I
water,
feel like this is a shot at me.
stay off that stuff, and then you won't see no damn mermaids.
You know this.
Well, you know what? Has your dad seen a mermaid?
Mm-hmm.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
On a Discovery
No,
Channel.
Let me tell you, man.
Oh, you know, when that the mockumentary came out about the mermaids, the craziest thing. So I started watching it, and within 3 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is bogus, but it's kind of funny. I get a phone call the next day from my sister, who literally has a PhD from Yale, who thought the documentary was real.
Oh wow.
Well, there's people coming out that they work on boats and they've seen sirens and they've heard them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, look, guys.
Look at me that way. It's true.
This mermaid talk
very
is getting
creepy.
far away from what I wanted to say.
How do we get on that?
I asked about aliens.
You said
Because-
aliens and mermaids. Okay, let's talk about
That's
it.
not even the same thing, though. Those are two different things.
Why? Both are imaginary creatures.
Dinosaurs?
I thought we
They're
disagreed.
still
That
alive.
okay. All right, look, let me just get to it. Mike McDaniel said Jalen Ramsey claimed to be an alien. He didn't believe him, but his recovery has him thinking otherwise.
I mean, he literally called a shot. He called a shot, and you know we're in the business of doing everything that we can right by a player. So we're, you know, he's a member of this team, doing right by him. We're, you know, fair, but you know, not aggressive on target dates. And he told us before his surgery that he was going to. He kept telling me he was an alien. So I'm starting to believe him. And that's a cool thing for such a well-established player at the top of his game, for the whole team to see on how you attack things. And, you know, it's why when the time comes and he is on the field for an NFL game, we've talked about it at length, it'll be the most fun that he's ever had playing football, simply because of the perspective that you get when it's taken away and you have to diligently work minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day to put yourself in position for the opportunity for the window to be open to practice today.
Love it. That's on Jalen Ramsey.
Wow.
Now, Leroy,
That
do
was
they?
brutal.
Well, I
Why?
feel like you have more to say on that. Go ahead.
No, it's just like I don't even remember he answers questions when you don't even think you remember what the question was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
No, I got it. That was my
Point
boy.
is, he believes in aliens.
There you go. Because of Jalen Ramsey.
But I wanted to ask Leroy though, do you ever like in the NFL when they're estimating recovery times, don't you think they sometimes will like overestimate that way? If the player comes back a week or two ahead of schedule, you're like, this is amazing. He crushed the rehab. I know a lot of hard work goes into that, but isn't it always the right strategy to say, hey, we may not see him until Christmas, and then if he comes back at Thanksgiving, oh my God, look at that.
here's the problem. Okay. all injuries have different levels.
Mm-hmm.
We consistently just automatically put them in a category of this injury. But what happens with all these injuries, when you have surgery, they don't really know how severe it is until you do the surgery.
Yeah.
Right? So when you say he's going to have a meniscus injury, we've seen guys be out for 2 weeks, and we've seen guys be out for 6 months. You don't know what the injury is until you go in there. So him saying I'm going to be back could be from the fact that the doctor told him what he had to do, right? But not because he's a better healer than everybody. It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. We don't know the level of tear that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a full tear? Which might require...
They're talking about him potentially coming back
right
now. Yeah.
But the other thing Aaron Rodgers said was it's also not his plant leg. It's not his push-off leg.
I was wondering about that because he's old, and the old do not recover quickly.
If it was his push-off leg, it would be more rehab to be able to get out and play. So there's a lot of variables that go into this that the coaches and the training staff are going to say, oh, he's an alien. When no, he's not. We just didn't know the severity of the injuries.
Right.
You can go in there from cutting or trimming a meniscus to having to do even more substantial work to it, right? But in most cases, in all knee surgery, they say, well, we know we need to scope it, but the severity of it, we really won't know until we go in there and look. Simple as that.
Okay.
Well, Mike McDaniel also discussed something else that has been out of this world for the Eagles. See what I did there? Because I'm a pro's pro. The Eagles mastered the tush push, and Mike McDaniel spoke on it.
You know, it's kind of like their play, which I think what makes them so successful is a commitment to leverage and detail on something that a lot of people don't detail. I mean, shoot, they leaned into it before it was successful, detailing it up, and then it has success. And you know, I'm a huge fan of things that are within the rules of football that, you know, you can't stop. That's to their credit. That semantics, whether it should or shouldn't be, I just more respect and regard what goes into that. You know, there's a lot of people that would love to convert 80% of third or fourth and ones. I would love that. And they have a situation where their players have leaned into it. And, you know, if you don't like the play, you should try to stop it. A lot of people have, and it's a really hard thing to stop, which means, you know, they're really owning the finer details of the play.
What are we talking about again?
The cheek squeak.
Okay.
The tush push?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a cheat.
I mean, pushing the booty with your hand is a lot easier to have success than doing it with your head.
I feel like that's cheating.
As Sanchez,
That's
who will
right.
be known
The
butt fumble. Like he literally concussed himself on somebody's ass. Right?
That's how you know that butt must have been really toned. You get concussed hitting your head on it.
Solid.
Not a soft landing.
That's something to brag about.
Yeah, I would say so.
I once concussed a guy with my butt.
You know, well, what do you think this weekend, though, Leroy? Because obviously, you know, we could talk about how the Dolphins, you know, 5 wins have, you know, been against sub 500 teams, but they've looked really impressive along the way. Do you think the Dolphins get it done on Sunday?
Yes, I do, and here's why. The Eagles have been winning, but they haven't really been impressive, right? They have been very physical. They've dominated both lines of scrimmage, but they haven't really. The only teams that they've played are teams that can match their physicality, right? If you're going to beat them, you have to play the way they play. I think the Dolphins play a different style of football. a style of football that's going to require them, if they are successful, to put the Eagles out of their comfort zone. And I think that's where it's going to give you more opportunities defensively. The Dolphins want it to be a track meet. The Eagles don't. And right now, I'm more inclined to believe that the Dolphins can continue to be the Dolphins more than the Eagles can be the Eagles, because I just saw a team that they were supposedly better than played their style of football and beat them. And that was the Jets.
Now I
So-
know we got Goosey's no Goosey's coming up, but a little prelude. Does it give you Goosey's that we've got Tua and Jalen Hurts, former Alabama
That's a cool
teammates?
thing.
That's
a
cool, right?
That's
First NFL
that's cool.
matchup between the two.
That's cool. That's cool. And that they all have a lot of respect for one another. It is kind of weird that Tua ran Jalen Hurts out of town after winning the national championship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And he then end up go to Oklahoma, had success there. But when Tua replaced him, he kind of took all his steam, right?
Yeah.
Because Jalen Hurts wasn't really a bad quarterback, but for some reason, a lot of teams shied away from him because of what happened to him at Alabama. And so now you're looking at him and you're thinking, wow, it must mean one of two things. Either Jalen Hurts just got replaced by somebody who was better, or Tua is that good that you would replace somebody with that talent. Because Jalen Hurts has not done anything but be successful.
No.
Right?
But I think like early in his time at Bama, it didn't really seem like he could throw. But he developed that. I mean, by the time Tua replaced him, it's like, okay, Hurts is throwing bombs. Then he goes to Oklahoma, throws bombs for Lincoln Riley. I think he won a Heisman Trophy when he was there. But he was like, the passing part of his game was a little slower to develop, whereas Tua gets put on the field and, throws that game-winning touchdown to Devontae Smith, and everyone's like, oh my God. And he was great at Bama, but Hurts was a late bloomer.
Right. It's pretty funny. There's two picks in recent history that we had questions, or people had questions about, and wondered where they took the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Waddle over Devontae Smith, and Tua over Justin Herbert. Right? And when you look at how this is playing out,
Dolphins got them both right.
You can't listen. I'm not saying that the Dolphins were right, but you can't say they were wrong. Right? There's nothing that you can say oh, they picked the wrong guy, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
We got Goosey's, no Goosey's coming up next here on AM 560 Sports WQAM. I've been looking forward to this all day. Goosies, no goosies. Hello, Marcos.
Donno!
Fan. No, get over where you can't just wave him random.
Donno, we have
Say
a
hi,
guest in
Jimmy.
studio at the moment.
Is that Jimmy?
No, Jimmy is behind me.
Oh,
Alex Donno, it's Dee Dee. Your
yo,
favorite
Dee, you get the wrong image. Yes.
No, and,
person. I do not look like Jimmy, by
no,
the way.
I don't know. I saw Jimmy. No, I saw Jimmy.
Wow.
He's in the other studio.
Wow.
No, Dee, that's not what I was talking about.
I
And
didn't
I know Dee Dee's excited for this Eagles Dolphins matchup this week. She's on the enemy side though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You and Trevor.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my Kelly.
Do you even know
Green
Trevor?
jersey on? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys talk about the
if you've
Eagles all
walked
the
by
time?
Trevor, you know Trevor.
Yeah, every Eagle fan knows each other. Believe me.
We're like we come in a pack.
Well, you have to because you get the ass kicked.
Boo.
Because you know how Eagles fans are.
It's dangerous.
Yes, it's dangerous. Why? Can I ask a question? Why every time I turn on the game or watch ESPN or put on Twitter, there's a melee at one of these stadiums? Like, just,
Yeah.
and I'm not even talking about Eagles State. It's every. Did you see the Cowboys and the Chargers going at it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally like 15 each, and none of them could fight.
There has been a report recently that the fighting in NFL football games has increased this year specifically.
I just every week, like what? Here, can I just say something? I appreciate fans. You guys are cool as hell, even though sometimes you're a little ridiculous. But I let you be you. If that's what you want your weekend, whether it's college or NFL, if you want to spend your weekend rooting for your team, I'm all for it. Okay. But here's the deal. When is too much too much? Like, when in the hell you being a fan of somebody mean you got to fight for them?
When you knock the other guy out.
It's a weird thing.
That's it. Ain't nobody knocking nobody out. When two people fighting, it usually means one or two things. They drunk,
Oh yeah.
right? Or their team is losing.
Both though in a lot of these cases, I'm sure.
Right.
You're drunk
It's-
and your team
wait,
is losing.
Especially in Miami, because you know them tailgates do not. Oh my goodness, you wait until the game's at 8:00.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That means you got to do tailgating in the dark.
Yeah. It's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get crazy.
And then you think about it, like if you get in, because I've seen people get, arrested for some of these fights, and I don't know if it ends up a misdemeanor or whatever, but it's on your record. You got to pay legal fees. Don't you think like a year later, you look back on your life and be like, man, I can't believe I was arrested because I fought somebody because he cheers for a different team than I do.
I know people like, no, they are messing people up, like throwing haymakers in the stands. Right? Like, no. And then you know what? Here's the other thing. Here's what happens. You got one jackass in your group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get into something, and now all your friends and the people you with feel obligated to assist, and then it becomes something bigger than what it should have been. Is you went in there, you should have just got your ass kicked, your friends should have laughed at you, and y'all went home.
That's true.
Right?
That's how I play it. Screw
Right?
my friends. If my friends are going to try to get me in trouble, I'm out. That's why I don't have any friends.
Speaking of playing, I'm assuming we're gonna play Goosies No Goosies next segment.
No, rapid fire edition of Goosies or no
Okay.
Goosies. Let's
Well,
go around
just
the
wait till the next
room.
segment. No, we can't do that.
We can't do that.
We got
There's
other stuff.
headlines.
Yeah,
in
we
this
got
segment.
headlines, and then after that, we got the candy list. We also
Oh, candy
We got to
list.
get to the candy.
We got to get to the candy
Jam-packed
list.
show.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
rapid fire.
Rapid
Let's
fire.
go. We got the Canes and Clemson. I'm gonna start with you, Donno. Does that give you Goosies or no Goosies?
Goosies, of course. You got, two teams who have 2 losses, a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Clemson sucks in the red zone. Miami shoots themselves in the foot with turnovers. Something's got to give this Saturday, and you know how invested I am in the U. Goosies galore.
You could have fooled us.
Ooh,
Um,
you're a Canes fan, Donno?
Really?
I got no Goosies.
What?
Here's why. No,
Got no
This
guts.
isn't
no,
rapid
no,
fire.
no.
You got no guts.
I'm not saying
Rapid fire.
I'm not saying it's not much must-watch TV.
Yep.
But I'm saying that I've put myself in a position with the Canes where I find myself getting more disappointed than I should be.
Okay.
And I don't want to put myself in that situation. That's why I'm going to watch the game. I want the Canes to win, all those things, but I'm not getting all excited and invested because I just don't know if they're there yet.
Okay. I have the Goosies because I'm going to be there.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh. Find me or don't.
Yo, you're a Canes fan. I like that.
I'm like Donno, but
look at that. Look at that. Take that, Donno.
So what time are you going to get there, JFig? Are you tailgating or you just go for the game?
I have no idea.
I love it. You show up. That's so Miami.
She may not even show up.
I'm JFig.
Yes.
Where's my drink?
What's up?
That's right.
Where's my drink?
I have to have the drink.
Yes.
I mean, of course.
You doing beer or you doing a little,
Cocktail
action? When I go to Canes games,
It depends on the weather.
I do the transfusions.
Wow. Transfusions.
Delicious.
Okay.
What is that? Like you need blood?
Grape juice.
How drunk are you?
Is grape juice. Wait, here's what it is. It's grape juice, ginger ale, and vodka. Life changer.
What happened to rapid fire?
Rapid fire. Let's go. Number
right,
two. We got some UFC this weekend. You guys interested in any UFC? Donno, I will start with you. UFC this weekend. What are you thinking?
I'm into it, except for a weekend like this where the Canes play at night, I prefer the European cards or like the ones in Asia where it starts like early in the day. So
I got good news for you, my friend. This starts at 10 a.m.
That's okay. I wasn't sure about that, so I'm all in. That's how I'm going to start my morning. I'd rather watch that than College Game Day. Screw them.
Goosies.
I won't watch it, but I'm interested because I want to see what Kamaru Usman is going to do.
What are you doing at 10 a.m.?
Golf.
Yeah.
What about 2 p.m.?
I golf.
How
2
long
p.m.
is your golf?
Huh?
You know what?
7
Leroy?
to like 10:30. What are you talking about?
Come on,
Okay,
Marcos.
so 7 a.m. to 10:30. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. You said no goosies.
Yes.
Hurt my heart.
You trying to
Okay.
make me say
No
goosies?
goosies.
My decision.
What else are you doing with your morning? It's crazy. JFig? Goosies, no goosies. Gonna watch UFC. You can see people kill each other at noon.
No
That's
Goosies.
the best time to watch.
You're
No
gonna be
goosies.
resting for that night.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jesus. All right. Well, I got the goosies because I'm a normal person.
Goosies.
Are you?
Number 3. Am I? Number 3. We got a big game this weekend. I usually don't have to ask, but I just want to hear it again. Philly Dolphins. Donno, does that give you the goosies?
No. Let me explain.
What?
Because I have to do not only game day uncensored pregame, but postgame until like 2 a.m. and it's a school night for my kid, and I got to drive him to school at like 7 a.m. So I'm gonna say no goosies.
Damn. Hey, that's you know what? That's
It's
honorable.
pretty valid.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Leroy, goosies, no goosies.
I definitely have the goosies because this is two of the better
Goosies.
teams in the NFL. And anytime you get to see this, especially if one of them's your team, you're excited that you're mentioned in that and your game is flexed until that night. And it's going to be a fun watch.
All right. JFig, goosies, no goosies.
Very much so, Goosies. Yes.
Wow, that seems like it could possibly be goosies galore.
Pretty much.
Goosies galore.
Excellent. I got the goosies as well.
Goosies.
Last one. If you are not Leroy playing golf this Saturday, maybe you'd like to attend a golf tournament at the Trump National Golf Club in Doral.
Live golf.
Live golf. Does that give you goosies or no goosies, Donno?
I'm not gonna lie to you. No, it doesn't give me goosies.
No goosies.
Smart.
Golf,
So much
I mean,
going on. You think I'm gonna worry about live golf? $43 for ground pass.
It does. It
Not bad.
I don't have the goosies, but I might go.
No goosies.
I know a couple of golfers. Dude, it's something special to see any sport up close, right? Whether you watch basketball, whether you go to a football game, when you can see the
Hockey
guys,
game.
the hockey,
Mm.
it's something different seeing it live and in person, right? And so if you ever get the chance, it's always a cool thing to see.
JFig, goosies, no goosies.
I will only have the Goosies if Leroy shows up.
Damn, that's true. If he shows
Alright.
up, that gives me the goosies too. So
And
I'm
if he has a good
yeah.
time. If not, there's no
Yeah.
Goosies.
no, whether or not he has a good time,
Yeah.
I still get the goosies just from seeing him.
Okay.
Goosies.
But it's dependent. I don't know. We have our goosies are dependent. To be decided on that.
Yeah, like I need the Canes to win. If they don't, I'm gonna cancel my goosies. But for right now,
Fair.
it's goosies galore for Saturday night. All right, we got a big 1 o'clock hour coming up, including Marcos's candy list. It's gonna be
Oh, it's been getting good.
Where are we on the top? Were we 20
We're
yet?
doing 20 to 10 today.
Okay.
20 to 10. Okay. All right.
Okay. So keep it locked right here. Tobin and Leroy Show, 560 WQAM.
WQ.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up. Brody came home, went to pick him up. Kill my mans, I'm riding with a picture up. Shoot back to the crib, went to pick the switches up.
I don't think, do you remember the original song? I can't even say because they don't even do English. Don't yeah. Don't look any further. Is that the name of it?
I think so.
But what they sing before that is not even English.
I think I did.
What do we got? Let's get some headlines, Marcos.
Indeed, these headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Paul Metto Ford.
We know trucks.
Today
That
is a
tasty
big
red
day.
Is it?
Yeah, for the Panthers, it's opening day.
Oh,
Yes,
opening
sir.
night. Yes. Yes.
Opening
Sorry,
Against the
that
Maple Leafs.
home opener, we should say, against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, so you know what that means. It's not that time yet.
What? Snowbirds.
Yeah, no, the Canadians aren't down yet.
No, not yet.
But
Yeah,
usually
they scheduled this too early.
here's
Yeah.
no. Don't worry. Go
Perfect.
Marcos.
Yep.
Go look at their schedule.
Alrighty.
from
It'll be around
Thanksgiving-
Christmas. Yeah.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
to January.
Yeah.
And look at all the Canadian teams coming in.
You'll see Montreal comes down here,
Yes.
Toronto.
They
I
do
know
it
they're
all
not
every
Canadian, but
year.
New York Rangers always come down around that time.
Let's see. We got the Maple Leafs, November 28th.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm not that's home though. Let me go to one that's home. I apologize. Isn't like a majority of the teams Canadian though? I can't even keep track.
No, there's only like 7 Canadian teams, and the other 24 are American. That's one of the things the Canadian hockey fans always bitch about. That, like, yeah, we need more teams, eh? Get us some more teams. They're trying to take our teams. They want the Panthers to go to Canada. Forget about that, Canada.
Get out of here.
Focus on your syrup.
Wow.
And your ketchup chips.
Yeah.
Poutine.
Ooh, I got some ketchup chips.
Poutine. But those are American.
It's poutine.
Huh?
Come on, show
Well,
some.
it depends on
Really?
what part of Canada you're from. You say it a different way. But I actually, poutine is elite. I do that. That's the only Canadian thing I do enjoy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gravy and fries, dude. Get
And
the
it's
hell out of here.
delicious. Cheese curds as well. Don't forget about. I'm not a fan of
I
ketchup
don't like
chips,
cheese like
Marcos.
that.
Ketchup
Wait,
chips?
do you guys here? These guys know this.
Yeah.
Right? I am not a fan of charcuterie boards.
Really?
So why would I like just a chunk of cheese?
I don't know. It's good. It just goes well
No,
with the
it's-
fries and the
I
gravy.
don't know it's not.
Got to put it on.
You know what that is? You know what that is? I'm gonna tell you. If I come over to your house and you pull out a charcuterie board, it's lazy snacking. That's what it is.
That is not lazy.
snack.
It
That's
takes a while to
fancy,
make one of those
dude.
boards.
They don't
Yeah.
make
Yeah, you can make
Well,
them.
you spend a lot of money on the stuff you put on there, though. If you do it right, those are like artisan meats and cheeses. That's not a cheap spread.
I don't.
What if
Dude,
instead you did like sliders,
the
chicken wings, and
fancy
mozzarella sticks?
listen, the fanciest
That'd be pretty
cheese you could give me.
Yeah.
It could be the most expensive cheese in the world. I'm gonna slice it and put it on my ham and cheese.
good. No way. What about a
Man,
queso frito?
You could do that.
But I just
You
don't
can.
like. I don't eat cheese
Oh,
like
that'd
just
be delicious.
cheese on a stick or cheese on a cracker. No,
You
It's
haven't
not
lived-
my preference,
Hey,
but if it's like
my
a really,
cheese
really
has a
expensive
purpose,
cheese, I'll
damn
do
it.
Yeah.
my cheese has a purpose.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta fry my cheese. That's good.
You look like
It's
fried
good.
cheese.
Wow. Hurtful, hurtful, but
You
delicious.
looked for that.
Wow.
I did not comment.
Wait, the
Yeah.
big guy can't say I love me some fried cheese, right? You're not helping.
Delicious.
Yeah, there's going to be repercussions for
No,
saying
I
that.
don't even like. I don't even like cheese stick. What'd you call them?
Mozzarella sticks?
Nope.
Okay. well,
Really?
that's- Let me
No.
put that in the box.
I
of
would the
bizarre food takes
one
from Leroy.
the one thing that I had a salad one time, and they had these
That's a
little fried little cheese balls
Yeah.
on the top.
Mm.
They were good.
Okay, so you want us to find that one salad from the
No,
1989?
I don't want.
Like,
No, I don't
can't
want.
find
I
that.
don't know. I like that. I'm saying, oh, this is tasty. It was like, they brought it out with a meal. Like it came with it, right? And I was like, wow, this is pretty tasty. I didn't care what it was.
Hmm.
I was just like, oh, okay. Because like some of these events you go to, you eat the salad just because everybody else eating the salad. You don't
Yeah.
really want the salad. Not gonna.
I
sit
enjoy
there.
salad, actually.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's fine.
I
You
do.
don't eat
When you
salad.
live in a
My
house,
my favorite salad. Well, I'll give you my 2 favorite salads. Okay,
Before we get to the candy,
Olive Garden salad,
Segment.
the Olive Garden salad elite, and
Oh,
the salad you
Garden
get at the
salad?
Japanese. The salad you
Is
get
that
at the
the salad
Japanese
they give you with the
restaurant.
big breadstick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, so wait.
And the salad.
You do realize they're feeding you up on the cheap stuff, and then when you get to the meal,
But here's why it works, because the actual meals at Olive Garden, not very good. I'd actually rather fill up on the salad and breadsticks.
Do you know you
then
can
you
buy
probably
the cheese
shouldn't be
grater?
eating at that place. If your goal is to go there and eat the salad and breadsticks,
It's unlimited.
Sometimes you're in a small town. That's just what's there, what's open.
Olive
you know.
Garden. Olive Garden is like Prime 112 in some of these small towns.
Exactly.
Like Sizzler.
Yeah.
You got any more?
I remember
Sizzlers?
like driving through one time, driving through a town in Virginia somewhere like in the mountains. We stumbled upon an Olive Garden, and I felt like I had just found Prime 112, like compared to the other stuff that was around there. And
Because usually if you're driving in that area, you want me to tell you what you see off the road?
Chefs.
Arby's
Oh.
and Hardee's.
right, a lot of
Arby's
Hardee's.
on
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the road trips you take is a lot of Hardee's and Arby's.
Yeah.
Donno, the next time you're in an Olive Garden, ask them for the cheese grater. You can purchase it.
Really?
Yeah, you know where they're at your table and they're like, "Tell me what."
Yeah, that's a very
you can-
efficient cheese grater. Yeah.
You can buy it, and they'll give you some cheese.
Are you lying?
No, I'm serious. You can buy it.
Okay.
How much is it?
That's a good question.
Google it right now.
All right, I will.
Wait, you guys you eating cheese like that?
No, but I
Grated?
just
Yeah.
want to be able to.
No.
Love me cheese.
You
Oh,
put it on
man.
some pasta or some
When
salad.
they
It's
say,
good.
tell me
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Olive
I'll tell them
Garden.
one.
JFig, when they say tell me when, I always feel awkward because I just let them go on for like
too.
10 seconds, and I'm always like,
They're like,
I
"Man,
always say that's good sooner than I want to because I'm like embarrassed by how long I let them keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. You can get one right now, $14.75.
That's not bad.
And you
It
said
comes
there's
with cheese.
Well, they give you the cheese because they want you to be happy.
Okay.
That's
So
how they-
do they give you the
Well,
cheese?
if you're spending
mean,
$14 for a
wink.
cheese grater, how expensive or what quality cheese you get?
I don't know. I just want to be able to tell someone, "Tell me when."
So is there cheese?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say yes. And
Olive Garden cheese.
Don't give me false hope.
You can buy the thing. You don't buy the cheese then, JFig. It's an extra $5.
Okay.
She's like, okay. $5 is good. Moving along with the headlines, Miami Heat yesterday dropped one to the Nets, 107-104. When no one cares because it's preseason and the Nets suck.
Right.
I mean, they got a lot of length.
Yeah.
But and they got some good players like Dinwiddie and who's the other point guard?
The resurgence of Ben Simmons this time.
No, I'm not even counting.
Probably not.
Who's the one they got from Phoenix?
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal
Yeah.
Bridges.
Yes,
He had a good year last year.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They got
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
some talent and they got some size. It's just a matter of one, they spend $700 million for Ben Simmons, and is he going to play? Because no matter how well I see him play, he always looks like he's just not committed to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. I'm playing basketball.
Did you guys see yesterday Steph Curry hit a game winner?
No, because it's preseason.
Sick of him already.
Yeah, well, I know you're sick of Klay Thompson.
You would have
Oh,
been,
that guy.
wait,
And
you
you
wouldn't have
would've
told that
appreciated
story if Clay would have hit it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would I want to mention that? I mean, it's preseason. Who really? Come on.
I mean, preseason game winner. Why should I care?
I know it is indeed preseason, but did you see a guy who just left the Golden State Warriors to head to Washington? See, Jordan Poole put up a 40-piece yesterday.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Jordan Poole
interesting.
put up.
Hey, he has always said that if he gets away from them, he'd be free to put up big numbers like Steph. He believes that.
I'll tell you what, though. One thing he's not doing is passing the damn ball. You guys seen that thing that's going viral of him?
Yeah.
I think is I don't even know I don't know if this guy's gonna make the team. Maybe he is, and I'm just
Who?
Denny Advia. Let's go with that. It's
You don't want
AD.
him to make the team because you don't want to say his name.
I'm just gonna call him Denny. He was open at a 3-point line, and I think Jordan Poole took on maybe 2 defenders, hit him with a nice little dribble, and shot a contested 3-pointer. But the problem is, he made it, and he put up 40 points that game. So read the room, Denny. Just let him do what he wants to do. No one's like, oh, Denny needs the ball. Get out for it.
Are you done?
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Were you lashing out? Why are you lashing out? We were
course he's
talking about
lashing
Jordan
out.
Poole, 40 piece,
Someone
and then
mentioned
you
Klay
just went off
Thompson. I
to
got angry.
some other guy
Klay
who we
Thompson.
don't Denny. Who names a kid Denny?
He's from another country.
Someone
Probably
who
the parents of
Oh, is
the
it- is
founders
it-
of Denny's.
Wait. Let me hold on. Let me take that back.
Didn't you have a coach?
Yes.
Denny Green, yeah.
His name was Dennis.
Well,
Denny.
yeah. I mean,
But like we assume that. I'm telling you, what if his name is Denny? It's got to be Dennis, right?
No,
Yeah.
because he's from one of those I don't know, European countries of some sort. It could possibly be Denny. Maybe his full name is Denmark.
that was a good one.
Goodbye.
What?
That was good. What's wrong, Leroy? That was funny.
Possibly be Denmark.
Denmark.
His name, I tell you what, is no Robbie Robertson, who put up a goal yesterday.
Robbie Robinson, not Robertson.
You know what? Don't like his name anymore. How about that,
Okay,
Rob?
how about that?
Messi's friend the other day scored a goal for the Inter Miami Pinks, and second to last MLS game yesterday against Charlotte ended 2-2. Not sure how I feel about that whole tie thing, but Messi watching from the suite instead of on the field where he should be with his team. I guess I'll take whatever I could get.
Yeah. There was an old I can't remember the name, but from the older days of soccer, like decades ago, there was a great Italian soccer coach who once described the perfect soccer game is a 0-0 tie, because that means to him, no one's making a mistake, right? Because when a goal gets let in, somebody's making a mistake on defense. So the perfect game is a 0-0 draw.
Well, that's a lie. The perfect soccer game is 15-14.
Wow.
That's pretty lit.
That sounds like maybe like a peewee soccer score.
Maybe they should increase the length of the goals, right? Give them better chance. Put
People
two
have
goals.
said that about doing that in hockey before. That's been brought up. Should they make the goals bigger?
I think they should somehow make the puck slower, because I can't catch it on TV. Is that possible? Can we do that? Can we make the puck bigger?
Yes, that's what you do.
That's what you do. Nice. Be like throwing like imagine them with a hockey stick and a frisbee on the ground. I'd be able to catch that no matter what seat you're at. You got a good seat.
See, Ray Sosa gets it. He writes in 0-0 means both sides played perfect. Thank you. It's the
Shut
perfect
up.
game.
Sick of you. FAU Owls.
I got to tell you, that is the single-handed worst soccer to watch.
0-0.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It depends on how many chances are being created, because it can still be exciting. It can still be exciting even when goals aren't. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Chances created.
You're right. But it goes from, here's what I hate about soccer. It goes from 110 miles an hour with all the excitement in the world to a slow crawl very quickly. Right? And as a football player, there's a couple of things you believe in. You never, under any circumstances, throw the ball back towards your own end zone. So every time I see that in hockey or soccer, it just makes me cringe.
But it's a strategy, though, because anytime you pass backwards, theoretically, the other team is advancing up the pitch and you're creating more space to counter with. So there is strategy behind it.
I understand.
Ooh.
But
I'm telling you. Strategy behind it.
There's been mistakes and goals when you pass it back to your.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. You're watching too much MLS, because that's where that tends to happen.
Heat Colt has a point. Get rid of the offsides rule, and it opens up scoring. Now we're talking. I want cherry picking. I want there to be
where do you think?
bombs.
Wait. Where do you think Messi's going to live then?
He won't move.
He's going to
from the
be
goal.
chit-chatting with the goalie until action gets
absolutely.
down there.
Yeah.
Good. Well, maybe he'll play more games since he's not running as much. Boom. Lazy. Those are your headlines. But before we send it to break, I actually have an opportunity. If anyone is interested in getting some tickets, you guys interested in some Stars and Strings?
I couldn't think of anything else I'd rather do. I'm excited for that.
Stars and Strings. Yeah.
Stars and
Oh, yeah,
Strings.
I was going as
Strings.
stripes and what was it?
Stripes and Stars?
No, he said something else, and I
Red
was
Stripe.
No.
Sorry.
Ray beer.
They had
Stars
a
and
nice. They had a
Strings.
nice little run.
Red Stripe?
They were on everything.
Red
Yeah,
Stripe.
they did.
Well, if you're looking for a great night of country music, it's
Who
going
we
back
got?
to Hard
Give me the
Rock
list.
Live. Yes, you can win a chance to see Jordan Davis, and not the D tackle from the Eagles. Hardy, just Hardy, Brian Kelly, not the coach. Ashley McBride, like her name. She sounds like a country singer. Cole Swindell, not to be confused with Swindle. He would never swindle you. And Haley Witters. Nothing
Is
for
it
her.
Witters or Withers?
See, that's what I thought. But then now that I'm reading it, it's Witters. And you should know because she
Witters.
has
Witters.
that hit song.
Twitters. I don't know.
Jimmy?
So you got to play when we come back. You got to play
Yes.
some.
Yeah.
That's actually who I'm looking forward to seeing at Stars and Strings. And if you're interested, you go ahead and call us. The number 5 caller who calls us will win a ticket. I mean, a pair of tickets to see
One ticket.
all of the just one
sound
ticket.
like
You're really
forcing
stumbling through this, aren't
Or
you?
it sounds like you forcing the date on somebody in this building.
One
One ticket.
Oh, look! It seems I have the one that sits right next to you. How coincidental. Stars and Strings, line them up. Caller number 5 gets a pair of tickets to Stars and Strings.
Well, we have the continuation of Marcos's candy list when we come back here on Tobin and Leroy Show.
The love it of it. The love it of it. Candy girl. Girl, shake the love it of it. The love it of it. Shake the love it of it. The love it of it.
It is an exciting time of year, man. Halloween night. Gonna
Oh, that's
send my 5-year-old out trick-or-treating so that I can raid his stash.
I was
What?
thinking the same thing when you said Laffy Taffy. There's two ways you could go there. See, if you were younger, if I was younger, I'd be thinking about the girls dancing to this song and the gyrations and all that. But now I'm thinking about the candy that's in the right, which is crazy. I don't
Well,
even like
also,
that.
I'm thinking about candy because we're about to do Marcos's candy list. So that was
The
on
worst
top of
though.
my
He's
brain.
not doing the best.
No,
Oh,
I
he's
am
the
doing-
worst.
I'm doing the
worst.
best.
You're doing
Oh,
the
this is
best.
the best?
Yeah, I'm doing the best.
You just think it's the worst.
the 31.
His list was so bad you thought it was the worst.
Remember, I did. Let me give you a quick refresher on what
All
we've
right, go.
already experienced.
rapid
do it.
right?
fire, rapid fire.
From 30 to 20, where we got Mike and Ike at 30. All right.
Okay.
Laffy Taffy at 29.
Yeah.
This one got controversial. Don't man me. That's out of respect, Donno. That's out of respect.
Okay.
Laffy Taffy. And there's another one. There's a couple respect ones in here, a couple multi-purposes. Mike and Ike, respect. No one really likes Mike and Ike, but they get
Yeah.
the respect, you know?
It's like a
Laffy
legacy
Taffy,
brand.
same thing. Ring Pop is the reason why Big Spoon and Leroy tied the knot. It was a ring pop that sealed the deal there.
Nice.
Below Pop gives you a little bit of gum on the middle.
I
And you know,
enjoy a blow pop because
Pretty
the
good.
gum is a nice treat at the end.
yes,
Right.
that's number
Even though it
27.
has about as much flavor as a cup.
Yeah.
Don't
You
Don't
got to leave a
disrespect
little
the
bit of
list.
candy on it, though.
Right,
Don't-
because
You
that
leave
the
a little bit
candy
of candy, you
flavors
chew
the
the
gum.
gum.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A little
Bingo.
bit of candy on there.
Yep.
Pop
Bingo.
Rocks was number 26.
Yeah.
Pop Rocks was respect and for multi-purpose. We're just gonna
Yeah,
leave
I
it
don't
at-
like Pop Rocks. It's
All right.
weird. Like I don't like what it does to your
Just
tongue.
gonna-
It's weird.
Okay.
Ugh.
Just
Imagine
not a
what's
fan.
that doing to your stomach.
Yeah.
You guys are lashing out.
Like
Number
if you
25.
feed Pop Rocks to a bird, the bird would probably explode.
We don't have to feed Pop Rocks to kill it. We got JFig.
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
that's right.
25.
JFig tried this.
Swedish
That was one of my
fish.
methods.
Swedish fish.
Yeah.
okay.
Swedish fish. You
I
know,
don't mind him.
out of respect.
Mm.
Definitely one of the
Swedish
last
fish
ones.
is a movie food.
Now we get to
I-
the good stuff.
Like I wish Swedish fish had some variety. It's only one flavor. Like if they had like
They
5 or
have,
6
no, they
different
have
flavors.
multi-flavored.
Really? Okay.
yeah.
Never seen
My
those.
favorite tropical flavored.
Tropical
flavor.
flavored Swedish fish.
Okay.
24. Fun dip. Fun dip. But
Never had it.
we all know you eat the powder, you take one bite of the stick, you throw it away.
Right.
No one actually
He's
eats
not
a
wrong.
stick. You take one bite, like maybe it'll be good this time.
That, I
It
mean,
never
think
is.
about this.
It never is.
As a child,
Yeah.
right? You thought it was fun to just pour sugar in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
all that is.
You said as a
Pixie
child.
sticks too. Yeah.
Oh, you still do it?
I
He still
do
does
that.
it.
Yeah, for sure. I still do that.
Yeah, all right.
Now we're on number 23, the watermelon sour jacks. You know, the sour candy in the shape of a watermelon.
Oh, yeah. Also, movie food.
Mm.
You always see the sour things right there.
Are you really saying this is food?
Movie food. Yeah.
Movie food.
It's a different
Like the
category.
It's not
candy.
food. It's not food.
No, it's not food, but it's candy.
No.
Like that's all you eating is candy and popcorn.
Yeah.
Nobody's going there to get a 4-course meal there.
It's not food.
Okay, so what do you call it? Snack?
A snack.
Snack.
But that's
Snack.
candy is in general.
Mm.
Snack. We're talking about candy.
You're getting them angry.
Look, I don't know why she does it. It's just not.
22, Haribo gummy bears.
No, none
Gotta
of
be
them
the
have
gold
any
pack.
taste.
Gotta be the gold.
Yeah.
They all taste the same.
Yeah.
21. I'm sorry, that was 21. 20. No, this is 21. Now and laters. 21 now and
Oh,
laters. Yeah, that's
Like
a good.
Starburst,
Cherry.
ugly cousin. Not a fan.
Whoa.
What?
Starburst is way better than now
How
and later.
dare you?
Way better.
Now and later's is a
Way better?
staple of the hood
No.
community.
It is delicious.
I will fight you.
He's gonna fight
Starburst
you,
is so much
Donno.
better. Bring it on, Leroy.
Starburst is so much better.
Starburst is way better than now and later's. Way better.
No way.
Stay tuned for the list. See where they
No
land.
way.
Number
Only
20.
to be outdone by another staple.
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers. That's on the list somewhere.
I'm not a fan of hard candy.
We'll see.
I'd like to know more.
You're not old enough
Marcos.
yet.
Number 20, Warhead. Warhead.
What are those, sour? Haven't had one in
Notoriously
years.
known as
No.
the most sour candy there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Mm.
Number 19. We're finally getting to a new part of the list. Number 19,
Oh.
guys. First, they're sour. Then they're sweet. Sour Patch Kids.
I like
coming
those.
number
I like those.
19.
Yeah.
But I like better
Yeah.
sour Skittles, the green pack.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
Okay.
sticking in the realm of sour, number 18, the trolley or trolley. I don't know. Trolley sour worms.
The bright crawlers, those are good.
Bright
like
crawlers.
Uh,
Yeah, those are
like,
good.
no.
Those are good.
That's another
Seems
good
like you
movie
gotta be
snack.
5 to eat those, though.
What?
A grown ass man can't just be eating some crawlers.
I drink.
I would
apples.
always, you know how they're always like
Not
two
movie
colors?
theater food?
I would
Oh.
always look for the orange and green ones.
They
Orange and
always have
green?
the
Oh,
trolleys
cans.
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I like
They don't always
the,
have- but they always
the
have that-
red and
that-
blue.
The watermelon sour patch ones. They
All
always
right.
have those.
Number 17, Jolly Rancher
Mm.
lollipop. Jolly
No!
Rancher lollipop.
Wait a minute.
Can
Yep.
have that?
Jolly Rancher lollipop. Does
Yes.
that even exist?
What? No,
Never heard of it.
the square Jolly
No,
Rancher. Oh,
you
you know
know.
the
Oh, I do remember.
No, I remember. Wait,
Come
I
on.
remember it, but that's not the OG.
No,
No.
it's delicious. I mean, look, it's not that bad. It's number 17.
Okay.
Does anybody like the purple?
Purple what?
The
Jolly?
grape ones? I used to eat those. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the
I
purple
like
now and later.
apple,
Oh, the
watermelon,
Sour apple, that was the goat.
sour apple,
watermelon,
dude. cherry. You got to get
cherry,
Come on.
and then the lemon, orange, and grape used to stay in the pack.
The hell is a lemon? Never.
Yeah. Lemon
Uh,
candy for the most part, unless it's a lemonade.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Lemon head.
Lemon
I'll-
sherbet, very good. Lemon candy, not so much.
Did you know that it was sherbet? Did you know that?
Well, there's two different kinds. Like there's sorbet, which is like the real fancy one made from real fruit, and then there's sherbet, which is just like sugar.
All right.
What's next?
Number 16. This one's you
I'm gonna have to fight you.
you elderly fellows may not understand this one, but I know the youngins listening will appreciate the juicy drop pop. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Never heard of it.
You take a pop, you take the juice, a couple drops in the little pop, and then boom, you enjoy the lollipop. It gives you a delicious lollipop. It gives you the juice. Sometimes I just drink the juice.
You're
I'm
probably
crazy.
alone on this.
What the hell are you talking
The
about,
juicy,
dude?
you never.
I
Okay.
only know it because of my brother. My younger
Aha.
brother would
See,
eat
I
that.
told you you're old, JFig. You don't get what the kids
Wow.
understand. You know,
Wow.
juicy drop pops, man.
So is the original pop, is it like flavorless and you just drop the flavor on there?
No, so it is like, for example, I'm looking at it now. The original flavors, they have like a cherry,
blue one.
watermelon, blue raspberry.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, the
I'm
juicy
gonna see
drop
if
pop.
I.
You take, you pull out the pop, and then
Oh!
you squeeze a couple drops on there. You know,
Marcos likes candy.
Can I
that
just-
you
can
have
I
to
just
work
say this?
for, I think.
Can I just say this?
candy. Yes.
That's pretty like too much work for some candy.
Yeah.
Come on, it's just a
Marcos
couple
loves
drops.
it. He's very
guys.
innovative.
Wait till you hear about this next one.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, I feel like you guys haven't had a juicy drop pop before, but you know it's
No, I
cool
don't.
because I know that you've had number 15, a Nerds rope.
I used
Nerds
to
rope.
love
Oh,
those.
I've had the regular nerds in the box. What's the
No,
rope?
Of
the
course.
rope.
Well, welcome to
That was the
2020.
hair- Mhm.
We got a rope. We take the
It was
nerds.
not 2020.
I don't know. You take
You're at the end of your rope right now.
It's
Ooh,
It's true.
what's-
It's true. That's a point, actually. I don't have a
What are you
I
looking
don't-
for, Leroy?
He
I
does
have a
have a
point.
point for me.
I don't have a point for you, Donno. But you get that mental point. Number 14. We have something that has been recently banned in California.
Okay.
Skittles.
I
Why,
just yeah,
why was it banned in California?
Because it contains red dye. Donno, it contains red dye.
They're basically communists over there.
Okay, apparently. But I tell you what, I'm not looking at the normal Skittles here at number 14. I need that purple bag. Get me the purple bag of Skittles. I don't even know. I think that's possibly tropical.
I think it's tropical.
Possibly tropical. I'm
Some
not
people
sure.
have claimed, "How's your diabetes?"
It is. I am scheduled to remove my foot following this segment.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Jeez.
Well, he's a frog. It'll
Disgusting.
want to grow back.
It will.
Number 13. Sour straws. You know.
I'm not
sour-
eating no-
Come
No.
on.
Those are good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Candy is
Do you,
like.
do you like chocolate? Like, there's no
No,
chocolate
there's
on
no
this
chocolate
list.
on this list.
He,
There's
he-
no chocolate.
There's no
He
chocolate.
removed the
Oh,
no fruit
Mhm.
snacks.
okay.
No mints.
So it's just fruity candy.
Yeah, just fruity, sour, just the
Okay.
good stuff, Donno. Just the good stuff. The stuff that you steal from your kid and you say, hey, you probably shouldn't have too
Dude,
much of these.
When I'm stealing
That's
from
how
my
we
kid
do
on
it.
Halloween, I'm stealing Reese's. I'm stealing like the
Yeah.
bite-sized Snickers. Like I'm not stealing his Nerds rope. I'm sorry. I'm stealing the good
Right.
stuff.
I tell you what, if a house is giving away Nerds rope, let me know, Donno.
I'm giving it right back. They're giving me Nerds rope.
What?
Hey, I've heard stories. I don't
Yeah.
know what they're giving out around your neighborhood.
Me personally, I wouldn't. Hey, listen, I would check every piece of candy that's handed out by my place.
Okay.
Number 12. This one is gonna be a favorite for JFig. Sour Skittles. Give me the green bag.
Yeah,
Woo!
Love me
never-
that green bag.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at sour Skittles.
No,
I love me
those.
some sour Skittles until my tongue is ripped from.
Yeah, that definitely. Yes.
It's
does
very
happen.
strange, right?
It's
It
hurtful.
really hurts my tongue afterwards. Number 11, we mentioned this briefly in rope form. Donald's gonna like this one. Number 11 on the list, Nerds. Just normal
Regular Nerds. Thank you. The OGs. You pour them into your mouth. So
And
good.
I'm gonna tell you why, because they changed the game. All right, they give you two different options. You want
Yes.
the left side, you get this flavor. You want the right side, you get that flavor. And sometimes one sneaks into the other side, and you're like, "Hey, green, what are you doing in this yellow?" But I'll let you.
I like the boxes that were like half red and half purple.
Oh, that was
Hey,
good.
are you talking to your food? man?
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, hey, Mr. Red, what you
That's
doing on
it.
this
You know what?
podcast?
That's how people talk when they're so happy to be eating.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the good
like,
stuff.
like, you ever been so hungry?
Marcos was doing
and
that
then
at
you
Pri-
fix you
doing
fix
that
a
at Prime.
sandwich when you get home, and you're like, "Oh, I love you so much."
Actually, no, I take it back. Marcos was talking to the hot sauce at
Oh,
Prime.
I do love hot sauce.
And you were
Me
talking to
too.
something else at Capital One.
That hot sauce was really
or
cute.
Capital Grill, whatever. it's
Capital
called.
Grill?
Yeah.
Nice and little cute.
Hey, Capital
He
One's a
wasn't,
bang.
he wasn't talking to the seafood.
Mm-mm.
He was. He was saying, please don't
All right, guys. Number 10, which I know violates the list because when I do the final part, it'll be 9 through 1, but who cares? Number 10. This one is controversial, guys. This one is controversial. I need you to lower the music. JFig, can you lower the music?
Oh, okay.
So, coming in at number 10, it's not a fruit snack. It's Gushers.
My goodness, you
No.
Gushers
That
at
is
number
right.
10.
a
Hey!
5-year-old made this list.
Sorry. Gushers.
They are pretty good though.
Gushers
No,
are
they're
delicious.
I used to
Gushers
pack
are
those in my lunch as a kid. Oh, I would look
It's
forward to
As
the
a
Gushers.
kid, no, we're grown ass men.
Yeah, but Marcos never grew up. He's like Peter Pan.
It's true. Wait, you packed your own lunch, Donno? That's depressing.
No, but I would tell my mom what I'd like packed in my lunch,
Oh.
and there would be
Oh,
Gushers.
so you guys
Wow,
had a
just-
menu for lunch.
If I packed my own lunch, the
I don't
whole
know
bag
what
would be
you like.
Gushers.
JFig, did you have a menu that you could
No.
say?
I
Right.
don't.
There's no menu.
My menu was a pickled egg. Love pickled eggs.
Really?
Not a
Delicious.
fan.
You are a pickle.
Wow, that's also a hey, that's also a staple of the hood community.
Oh, they're good.
You know, you go in there, you have those 3 or 4 jars of pickle things and that pink formaldehyde looking stuff.
Love it.
Oh,
If I could put that on the list, I would. But there you go. That rounds out today's
pickle
list.
pig feet.
Gushers and pickled
That's
pig
gonna be
feet.
it.
Can I throw in my new favorite movie theater candy? Because I don't think I'll be here when you do the top 9. So I just want to throw this out there.
Sure.
Have you guys tried Sweet Tarts ropes?
Okay.
They're good. They are so. Don't knock it till you try it. The
Even the
Sweet
Gen
Tarts.
Z.
I look forward to going to the movies so I can buy a box. I buy them sometimes at Walgreens. I look for Sweet Tart. I'm telling you, try it. They're so good.
The old love sweet tarts.
No, the old don't.
I don't like Sweet Tarts. I like Sweet
Just a
Tarts
rope.
ropes. It's like a gummy rope. It's really good.
I don't like ropes. I don't like candy that I gotta put my whole hand on. I just want, if it's like candy like this, pop one in my mouth, put it on a stick. I just want to enjoy some candy. I don't
Try it.
want to
It'll
work
change your life.
No,
You guys are getting
it's not gonna
angry.
change my life.
You guys are getting angry here. This is a happy list. All right.
All right.
Causing division. Gushers.
All
Number
right.
10.
More of the Tobin and Leroy show coming up next year on WQAM.
I'll tell you what I really, really want. Don't tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig. If you want my future.
But Marcos, I'm going to miss you guys tomorrow. What do you have planned on the extravaganza tomorrow? Is it going to be you and Leroy? Is Dan Day going to be in? Is Tobin going to get his ass back to studio? What's happening tomorrow?
No, it will be Leroy in. It will be Dan Day. It will be myself and JFiginator.
Awesome. I will be listening.
Yeah, maybe we'll get the end of my candy list.
Hey, do you see Tobin?
Yeah.
By Donno's recommendation, I just tried sweet tart ropes,
What do
and
you
they're
think?
terrible.
They're
terrible.
terrible. You see? They're not terrible.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're terrible, dude.
You lost all. He said it tastes like stale Twizzlers. First of all, how can licorice go stale?
It's not licorice, though.
I know.
Nah, it's like a sweet, fruity caca.
So you're telling me this is going to be the one time you listen to Tobin? Listen to me on this one, Leroy.
No, I'm not. I don't
know.
like that kind of candy anyway.
Tell you, man.
I'm old. I like to unwrap
Sweet
a
Tarts
piece of
ropes.
candy, put it in my mouth, and just suck on it for a minute and let the juices and flavors marinate. You know what I'm saying? Also, don't underestimate fruit punch Jolly Ranchers. Fruit punch Jolly Ranchers are delicious.
You talking about exotic flavors, man?
Yeah, exotic flavors. That
Sure.
exotic bag, right? You know, like every Halloween, you're gonna have those little bag of undesirables,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You
The
know,
dots.
like if
I
you
still
get
have some left over from last year. I
dot,
think,
no,
somewhere.
dots
Who
dots
buys
aren't
that?
bad. Dots, well, no,
Dots are
dots,
bad,
no.
dude.
Here's
Dots
what
are
I
bad.
hate: the snow caps.
Oh, whoa. Let's not get crazy. man.
No.
Love me some snow.
I don't like
caps.
mint, so I'm not a big fan.
Oh, mint is gross.
No, yeah.
Snow caps.
Isn't there mint in snow caps?
No,
No.
no, no, no.
No? Oh, I'm thinking of something else, I guess.
Yeah, but I
Um,
agree. Mint and anything.
If I go to
gross.
your house and I say trick or treat,
Yeah.
and you throw a peppermint patty in my bag, it's go time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. What
Go
is
Not a
that?
fan.
Go time. Go time.
What are we even doing here?
Yes, because I hate dark chocolate.
Well, I think it's time to go because we got Hawk and Crowder coming up next.
Indeed, we do, my friend.
I appreciate everybody. Leroy, don't listen to Tobin's candy takes. Listen to mine. JFig,
You're 0
Marcos.
for 1, dude. 0 for 1.
Try and
Fucking called you out. That was hilarious.
Yes, just random. Wherever the hell he is right now, he had time to stop, buy some candy, and critique.
just try them. It'll change your life for the better.
No.
Hawk and Crowder show coming your way next year on WQAM.
Game day on